Now, welcome back. It's been a while, but Ball Central Podcast. We took the last week off due to the events that happened during the Bills and Bengals game, but we are back. Shout out to DeMar Hamlin. Amazing recovery so far. He is currently back in Buffalo in the hospital being treated with all the needs that he needs right now. So shout out to him and his family. Great to see things looking up.
Mm-hmm.
So
great to see the protocols around the league. Like, for example, like it's crazy that could even happen, but the fact that they acted and the way they acted, they did everything right. So, I mean, that's it's nice to know for the future, and I'm glad they didn't resume that game. There was questions of that night, but I'm glad.
Right. Shout out to the first responders that got to him as soon as they can. Just shout out to all the doctors and everything, all part of the process that helped him get to where he's at today. So shout out to them. And shout out to Soy Drive. $6+ million raised.
Amazing.
Tons of good people in the world. Amazing. So
and Phil, we're gonna get into it when we talk about the Bills. Some more Hamlin news. I'm just saying.
More. Okay. Hey, we'll get the update throughout the show. So with that being said, hey, we're back. Me and John starting off the show. Elijah and Akeem are gonna show up a little late, but we did not come empty-handed. We have a special guest with us this week, someone that me and John know very personally. If you want to reveal yourself, turn on the cam/microphone.
I wonder who it is.
What's going on?
We have Mr. Shane Cole in the building.
People in the house.
ESPN League Champion Shane Cole is in the house.
Thank you for having me, guys. How we doing?
Good.
So, how are you doing this week, Shane?
To talk about on this episode. I'm so happy.
I'm doing very well, thank you.
That's what's up.
Unfortunately, Indy didn't make the playoffs, which we were all expecting. So at least I was able to.
You redeemed him a little bit, Shane. You definitely did. I would consider you a part of the Colts organization, and you gave him a little something shined about this year. So congratulations.
Hopefully they can figure out in the off season.
Fingers crossed. So, John, good surprise. How do you feel about our special guest this week?
Amazing surprise. I'm happy to have Shane Cole on.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Love him. Roommate of mine.
Yeah.
Big good friend of mine. Syracuse. He basically immersed me in the culture when we got the Cavs. So I root for Cuse every single basketball season, women's, men's, football season. We're big Cuse people. I like West Virginia as well, but that's my uncles, and Shane put me on the orange. So it was the first place I ever shot professionally, photographer wise. So.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah. I got to shoot a championship game, and then Shane's talking to me about like who plays, and Bebo always plays in the championship, so he knows all the.
Yeah. CNS has had everyone's number the past 4 years now.
Yeah, but I mean, I appreciate the background around it. Shane has been an asset to me in the sports world, so I appreciate you, Shane.
I appreciate you, John.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm just glad we got one of the Syracuse boys here because it was tough getting the other one. But hey, we got one of them first. We got Shane first, so Travis will be down the road. But I'm glad Shane's here.
Definitely, we'll definitely get him on.
Gotcha. So, John, what'd you do this week or this past weekend? Since it was a little Ball Central retreat.
Oh, we had a little Ball Central retreat. We had a little friends reunion. We played Mario Kart, played some pool, played some drinking games. Very fun. Watched Akeem bowl. He did amazing. Although he is very critical of himself.
Very critical.
That coming in the future for Ball Central Instagram. So I'm excited about that. What about you, Shane? What'd you do this weekend?
This weekend, to be honest with you guys, I worked all weekend, unfortunately. Just grinding and staying on the path and just trying, want to get a house soon, and
that's what's up.
So, trying to just get my priorities straight and just stay on the path,
Hey,
keep grinding.
Gave you a reason not to watch the Colts game this weekend, so good job.
I mean, football's gonna be good though. It's gonna be good.
Hey, my team's out too, so hey, it's a good thing John has two teams.
At least you guys had a chance. At least the Pats had a chance, though.
Yeah, the Pats had a chance.
But
hey,
so we had to follow that scripted kickoff return.
Two kickoff returns.
First one was 3 months. Never.
I think the first one was scripted, but
I mean, it could be. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really dig that.
It looked a little half speed to me.
Hey, it was your boy too, Nakeem Hines.
Dude,
Imagine.
I was sick.
Oh,
watching him back two kickoff returns, and I'm like, you know what? I'm happy. I'm so happy for him but it hurt. Watching him, play in Denver and suffered that concussion early in the game, and then just seeing him flourish I'm just happy for him, and he has a chance to earn a ring. So shout out to Nyheim Hines.
Right. So before we go on, hey, it's the first podcast of the new year, I believe. So I just thought we'd go around, me and John, and then Shane, if you want, a goal for yourself, and for me and John, a goal for the podcast as well. So, John, what you got? What do you want to start off with?
Okay. One thing people do in the new year is they say they're gonna educate themselves a little bit more. They say they're gonna read a little bit more. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it sports wise and photography wise. I got Mr. Met. It's a book about the HR department for the Mets for the last 40 years. So I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna read Kobe Bryant, Mamba Mentality. All right. I'm gonna share that. You know what I mean?
Always a good one.
That's a great one.
Yeah, and then I got this Japanese street photographer. She does at night stuff, so I'm gonna look at it. It's got a lot of really cool neon lights, and it's gonna be an inspiration for me in 2023. So I'm gonna look at that before I go to bed. Thanks, guys.
That's awesome.
What about you, Phil?
For me, I'll probably go see a professional game because I haven't seen one in a while. NBA, hopefully not the Celtics Knicks because yikes. Okay. But NBA and NFL MLB anytime soon. Probably go see one of those games because it's been a goal of mine to see one in a while. So,
would it be baseball or basketball?
I don't either one.
Football's already over. I'd be like, no, let's go to a football game.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably go see wherever team Carlos Correa is playing for now. So,
okay,
because it's 3 teams already. He said yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
It's so sad. Yeah, you're gonna bring that up. But yeah, it's 6 years, $200 million. Good for him. So. I mean, hey, we could go see Carlos Correa. If Fenway, Shane, you're welcome.
I'm there. I'm down to go to a Red Sox game.
Red Sox fan, boy, let's get it.
I'll go to a Red Sox game.
Gotcha. Shane, what about you? Any personal goals for the year?
Yeah, I actually have 2 in mind. First off, I want to get my body right and get myself on a workout routine that benefits me, both my personal life and my work life. And I'm also with John on reading. Nice. I'm looking into financial wellness and just creating, I wouldn't say, potential wealth down the road, but I just want to have better understanding, on pretty much just how money works beyond going to a 9-to-5 job. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Finding other ways to make passive income, educating myself,
investing, stuff like that.
So just trying to gain knowledge and better my body, honestly.
Okay. Improvement 2023 for all of us. We got this.
Yeah. Actually, wasn't that what your capstone was about?
My capstone was actually about the correlation between physical exercise and the rates of depression.
Word. Well, that's what I'm gonna be applying in 2023. So
yep.
So I was thinking about you with that. I was just like, it's gonna help my mental health. Like, why not do that?
I feel like by getting my body right, that'll put me in the best state to reach my second goal. You know what I mean? I feel like by starting that first, that'll help me lead me in the path to being able to have the motivation to keep reading, keep educating myself. So, yeah, that's my goal.
You feel good. Everything else is going to come right in front of you.
Right.
Also, for me, a goal for the podcast. I said this, I think, in our chat, and I wrote some notes down, but try to get all our social medias to at least 100 followers or 100 plus by the end of the year. Our closest one is TikTok at 95, so 5 more followers and we get 100. So we're close to that goal. So just trying to get our name out more. What you got, John, for the podcast?
For the podcast, I got 2. To be honest with you, in the past 2 weeks, I've convinced 2 random people to look up our podcast. So I want to have more conversations about our podcast, mouth to mouth, and talk about it with friends. Like, I'm happy we have Shane on now. You know what I mean? So I'd like to expand it a little bit that way, and I'd also like to go live maybe once this year. A live.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, because we've evolved so much this past year, going from just audio to now audio and video, and really bringing
stereo.
Yeah, I mean, hey, let's be thankful for where we came. You know what I mean?
Right.
Fuck stereo. Yeah, a lot of goals. Obviously, if you want to do a lot in life, you got to make sure put some goals in and make sure just cross by them any chance you get. So a lot of good important goals for all of us this upcoming year. Okay, so NFL talk. We got everyone's week player of the game and player of the week, and game of the week. Who wants to start us off? Probably with the game of the week, or if we got any. Actually, let me check real quick. Here. I'm going to go with. I'm going to go Jaguars Titans. A very huge game for the Jaguars, winning the division. I haven't seen them win a division in a while. Trevor Lawrence had a game. Derrick Henry played decent, but at the end of the day, the Jaguars were on the right path, going, ascending, while the Titans on the way down, losing Ryan Tannehill, so many injuries eventually caught up to them, and the Jaguars get their moment after struggling the last couple of years. So very nice to see the Jaguars rise up to that spot.
And just going off of that, Phil, I think it's just crazy how Tennessee started out 7-3.
Yeah,
for them to lose 7 straight. Just obviously, you said due to injuries, it's just detrimental to see what can happen to a team whose their dominoes keep falling. And you know what, as an Indy fan, shout out to the Jaguars. They took the AFC South, and I hope they get the playoffs out.
Yeah, it's basically a reverse trend because the Titans were going up the same time Jaguars were going down, and they just flipped halfway through the season.
And that's like the funny thing about it, Shane. Like I think one of their biggest downfalls and one of their biggest question marks, like the Colts, was the quarterback issue. You know what I mean? They changed quarterbacks so much through the year. You know what I mean? Like at a point, who's leading you? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I'd love to hear your opinion on where the Colts are going to go next later. But
they traded for the Bears. They're going to make a call to Chicago. Hey, that first pick, we want it.
The Jets also need a quarterback.
Possible.
So, it's just like there's a lot of questions this offseason.
Yep.
So, I'm excited.
Okay. John, you got a game of the week?
Game of the week. I'm gonna go the same for both, and I'm gonna be honest. 2022. I really dislike the Bills. I feel like I'm probably one of the biggest Bills haters on this podcast, maybe in the state of New Jersey. I don't know.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
He does not like the Bills.
I'm a very big Bills hater, but I will say this: Darnell Hamlin really opened up my eyes to something. I'm glad he's okay.
Yes.
I'm happy where his progress has been, and I don't think anyone should have to go through that. And I got to play football for 3 more games in England, and there was somebody who hurt his neck, and there wasn't an ambulance that got to him until an hour later. So that's just a scary situation that I kind of understand because he's laying there. You know what I mean? And you don't know what's going to happen to him, and it's not really what football is at that point. It's a game for a reason. So, I'm gonna go game of the week to the Bills because they beat the Patriots and that was impressive. And I'm gonna go player of the week to Nakeem Hines for two bringing it back twice. It hadn't been done in 3 years and 3 months. I don't mean to bring up the number 3 a bunch of times, but they had 3 sacks and Josh Allen with a touchdown.
Damn. Really?
I'm just saying there's a lot of threes in this. You know
I did not know that.
Yeah. So
is that coincidental? We'll never know.
Hey, you never know. I kind of wish there were 3 kick returns. How crazy would that be?
The NFL script writers are on fire right now. Damn.
So what about you? Did you go?
I went with the Jags and Titans.
Okay. I just didn't get your player.
Let's see real quick. Player of the week would probably be Jamal Williams.
Okay.
2 touchdowns versus the Packers, his former team, the one that they let him go and he wanted to stay, but he's been all over the news lately for his love of anime and it being a very great presence in the locker room, and he finally got his moment. Even they didn't make the playoffs, but he had a big game in a very big stage where the Packers wouldn't get in, or they lose and they're out. So he had a very good game. A redemption game for him because he got cut by the Packers. So I'm just happy to see Jamal Williams. I'm just happy to see Aaron Rodgers not make the playoffs because Elijah's a Aaron Rodgers fan. So
you're gonna cut for him like that? Okay. I guess we all got to not make the playoffs except for
right.
But
I think it's ironic that you bring that up, Phil, because I was at my game of the week. I would say would be the Packers and Lions. I think it shows true colors of your team to knowing that you're going into a primetime game, knowing you're not making the playoffs.
You have nothing to play for, yeah.
You have nothing to play for, but you know what? They looked at it as, well, you know what? We're going to take away from the Packers then. You know what I mean? So they still play with that heart. And, watch out for the Lions next year.
That's what I'm saying.
Seriously.
You said it first here.
They barely missed the playoffs too.
I agree with that. And on top, there's a lot of pieces.
Just to see their growth from last year is just it's.
And they're so young. And I mean, I wonder what they're going to do in the draft. It's going to be interesting. But look out for the lines.
Yeah,
tell me about it.
Goff playing like a top 15 quarterback. Aiden Hutchinson, potential defensive rookie of the year. Amon-Ra St. Brown, etc., etc. Just a lot of people. Jameson Williams back as well.
Yeah.
Personally, I think Aaron Rodgers can come off as it's pretty arrogant sometimes. I feel like throughout the season he put down a lot of the younger receivers, and as a leader, as a person that's been in the league, that could in the discussion of what top tier quarterback, future Hall of Famer. I feel like you had that responsibility to teach them, guide them, and I just feel like I feel like he spent a lot of the season putting them down. So
one of them's left the door now. So Alan Lazard. So
yeah.
Did you hear about that, Shane?
Yeah, I actually just saw the article on that just a few minutes ago.
And I feel so I don't know. I saw the interview and I was just like, damn, dude had a touchdown. Dude was a big factor in that game.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not even gonna come back. Like
they got a lot to do.
And I mean, some players know that. You know what I mean? Some players just don't feel interest from teams, and that's sad because I don't know. I think there's a lot of questions around the Packers, but I think it's also good and telling that they didn't make the playoffs this year. I think something's got to happen.
Get them out of here.
Oh, come on.
Okay, so I mean, hey, that's our wrap up for our favorite games and players this week. Let's get right into the news. So the Bears got the first pick this officially since the Texans won and they lost. What do you think they should do with that first round pick? Should they trade it? Does they draft someone with it? What's our ideas here?
Shane, you want to go first?
I mean,
trade it to the Colts.
I hope they trade it up to the Colts. I mean,
okay. You want rookie.
I mean, I would say I hope they trade it up. I think, but I mean, obviously they're not going to do it unless it benefits them enough in a way that's going to help them long term.
I don't mean to ask, but who would you take?
As a first round pick?
Alabama. He going right to Alabama.
Yeah, I mean.
Yep.
Really? Okay.
You're right.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, obviously we need to fill that quarterback slot. But, it's more than just that, though. You think we had Quentin Nelson, Kelly, and you think the offensive line wouldn't be an issue, but it was
struggling this year.
They need to fix it a little bit. I do think
they need some, yeah. So, and the coaching situation, shout out to Jeff Saturday for, pretty much walking into a dumpster fire.
Facts.
But I feel like if they kept Frank in the loop, I think there've been a couple different outcomes. Minnesota being one of the examples.
Okay, I do believe Minnesota would be a fraud like that.
That was tough. That was a tough day. I didn't want to talk.
Oh.
No, I agree, and I think maybe a new young voice that you have to grow around. You know what I mean? That's a 3-year contract. You know what I mean? That you want to see progress, and maybe you add an offensive lineman or a defensive end in the second round. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, I think this offseason is going to make or break Chris Ballard's career.
Okay.
You like him? I do.
Okay.
I have hope. I think he seems. I mean, I watched a little bit of his interview today regarding just questions about what went wrong this season, what they can do better this offseason. Mm-hmm. He seems collective, and it looks like he has a plan. So I want to trust in him, and I want to think this offseason is gonna really show his true colors.
Word. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. John, what do you think I should do with the number 1 pick?
I mean, my favorite reaction was the GM's of the Bears' reaction to the first overall pick. He's like, no one wants the first overall pick. We want to win. You know what I mean? And I love that reaction because that's what the players and that's what the coaches have. You know what I mean? Like, that's why Lovie Smith got fired, because he won a game. Mm-hmm. It cost him the first overall pick. And I mean, sometimes that's a problem. But I mean, at the same time, you got to do your work. Who are you going to take number 2? You know what I mean? Like, it's not the number 1 pick's great, but I think realistically they should trade it for multiple picks. And if the Colts are going to trade for it, be careful of how much you give away. Because we saw how much the 49ers gave away with Trey Lance. And 3 years is insane because now you got Mr. Irrelevant Brock Purdy, and you're like, who do I go with? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
Purdy be Purdy, and he be pretty. He's a pretty Purdy. I don't know how to say it, but like, oh my God, like, he's a 7th round pick. He's the next Tom Brady in Tom Brady's town. Like, it's crazy. I don't want to be like that. I'm joking, but like, hopefully he gets a shot with competing. So,
definitely early to make that statement, but
yeah, I'm sorry about it.
No, it's
his first start he beat Tom Brady. I just want to say that. And I thought, like, realistically, I saw that game a year ago. I was about to fly to San Francisco because I was like, ooh, Tom Brady's last year. You know what I mean? In his hometown. You know what I mean? That's an automatic win. That's a great game to watch. Right. I would have been upset. The Buccaneers have been playing, so. So, I mean, we're going to get into that later, but.
I'm really who knows what team's going to show up Monday night
for
the Buccaneers.
What's going to happen this offseason? Oh, my God.
Yeah. For me, I think they should possibly trade it. Because I don't think the player they actually want is at number 1. Because I think Bryce Young's going to be the number 1 pick, or the Alabama defensive lineman, or the Georgia lineman.
99.
Yep. Like I said, I think they could get the player they actually want. Like if you would trade down, because the number 1 pick is obviously going to be one of those two, and I think they're good at those two positions. They have Justin Fields. Why pick a quarterback if you have Fields already? So
let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. How far do you trade down?
I don't know the exact draft order.
1 or 13? Like, how far do you trade down if you're the Bears?
It depends on who they want to get, to be honest.
Okay.
Like, if this guy's going to go at a certain pick that's not number 1, trade that away. Trade for where we're going to go.
There could be a system fit, like, for example, what you said, Shane, your right guard, what's his face?
Quentin Nelson?
Yeah, Quentin Nelson. Like, he was just the fit for the Colts. You know what I mean? They saw him, they loved him, and you know what I mean? They got him. So, I mean, I think that's what they need to. I think they need to trade back. But
okay. Also, the Bills-Patriots game, a week after the Bills and Bengals moment that happened, Bills get the W. Very, very crazy game starting off, and then Bills obviously pulled away late. How do we feel about the Bills' chances going into the playoffs this year? I know John, how John feels about them.
I have a bet too, so it's a little nerve-wracking.
I think they're ready. I think they're ready.
All right,
they're gonna bring it to the Dolphins, and
I hope so.
I think they're gonna go to the AFC Championship, guys.
Good.
I just don't.
They could go to.
They come up with a reason why they wouldn't.
I mean,
hold on. I'm sorry. The only thing is Von Miller not being a factor.
Okay.
So Von Miller's gonna be tough.
Obviously, DeMar Hamlin. Respect. Those are key factors in their defense, but I think they're gonna figure it out.
You think they go to the Super Bowl?
I mean, I think they potentially beat the Chiefs. I mean, that's if the Chiefs win the divisional. I mean, shout out to Patrick Mahomes. He's shown yet again why he's MVP caliber potential, and but I feel like the Bills' offense is. I think they're too strong for that Chiefs defense.
Okay.
Chiefs defense have been slacking the last couple weeks.
Yeah,
I will tell, and holes are showing, and a lot of
they're gonna have to rely on Patrick Mahomes to put up big numbers. So you can't always count on him to always be that guy to do that. I mean, is he capable? Of course. Can you expect him out of every game in the playoffs? That's asking a lot.
It is.
For me, my AFC Championship matchup when we made our predictions way back when was Bills Chiefs. So I think with the way the bracket's set up, I think that could still happen. I believe.
No, that's gonna be if that happens, that's gonna be at a neutral site, correct?
Yes. Well,
do we know if it's the Bills and Chiefs, right?
Oh no, if the Bills and Chiefs, the Chiefs get home since they're the number 1 seed. But pretend if the Bills and Bengals meet in a playoff game, that will be a neutral site.
I see.
And where would they play?
They haven't named the site yet.
I'm thinking Indianapolis. I'm just saying, one of the best stadiums in the league. It's got a dome. You know what I mean?
It has a
preferably a dome.
So it has a retractable roof too. If they're if they want.
The NFL lets the combine out of there. Why don't they use?
Bring it back to the combine.
Maybe SoFi. I mean, hopefully not, but.
Probably not SoFi.
Probably not. Okay.
The national champion.
Okay, so they have a chance to meet. Yep.
Why have it there when they just had the national championship? But
Yeah.
Okay, they do have a chance to meet. Okay, in the conference finals, KC's the 1 seed, Buffalo's the 2 seed, so they definitely have a chance to meet in the AFC Championship. Hey, I can't wait. Let's see.
I'm nervous.
Also, speaking of the playoffs, there was 3 teams in the hunt for the number 7 seed. This past Sunday, the Dolphins, the Steelers, and the Patriots. We know damn sure the Patriots didn't get it. The Steelers were close, but they needed just to win. So ultimately, the Dolphins got it with Skylar Tompkins at quarterback. Does this Dolphins team have a shot at beating them without Tua and Teddy Bridgewater?
Well, are they both out?
Skylar.
No,
really?
chance.
As of right now?
Yeah.
No chance.
Okay.
No chance.
I mean, they barely beat the Jets, and
that Buffalo team, they're spitting fire right now.
Facts.
They're playing for something bigger than football.
They're running over. They're running over Miami. It might be 60-7.
I think
like last night.
It might be like they playing. Who's at quarterback? They scored 9 points against the Jets. I mean,
Skylar, yeah.
So I mean, they should have blown out the Jets. That's how bad the Jets were playing. So I mean, like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm nervous. I don't want the Bills to win because I have a bet with Elijah. So if the Bills don't win the Super Bowl, I get a jersey. But after this Damar Hamlin thing, I've been thinking that a lot of momentum should go with Buffalo. You know what I mean? So it's weird how like bets transform and how I'm almost nervous because like I could see them going to the Super Bowl and I could see them winning it all. You know what I mean?
Maybe looking back on the regular season, it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a season, and obviously Buffalo, lost in Miami, on a game they probably should have won. So I mean, they don't have to beat them. They don't have to beat them 3 times now. That's a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have that on their shoulders going into this game. I mean, on paper they're the better team. They're playing with a purpose. And you said Tua and Teddy aren't playing, so I even with some injuries on that defense, I still see them coming out on top.
Yeah, I think if Bridgewater plays, it could be a better game, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, one of the other games that we're fighting for the number 7 spot was the Steelers, and yet again, Mike Tomlin cannot go under 500 for some damn reason.
Respect.
You can take away his quarterback, you can take away his best defensive player for half the year, but some way somehow they've managed to finish 9-8. How crazy is the streak? 16, 17 seasons straight.
Right.
He had Big Ben, he had Mason Rudolph, he had Duck Hodges, and now Kenny Pickett and Mitchell Trubisky, 9-8. How is this the most impressive streak in sports recently?
You want me to go first or Shane go first?
You go first, John.
Yeah, go ahead, John.
Okay. I think Kenny Pickett played better than was expected this year. I thought he looked flashy as a rookie, and I think that Mike Tomlin, it's so unfortunate that he went 9-8 because his draft pick's going to be higher than what he deserves to get. You know what I mean? But the fact that he willed his team to a winning record, it just shows how great of a leader he is of men, and like it'd be someone I'd love to meet. You know what I mean? Like he's really special. I think he should go down as a Hall of Fame coach. Personally, I mean that's just my opinion. But Shane, what do you think about it?
I think it's extraordinary. I mean, shout out to Tomlin. I feel like what makes this so special is going into the season, a lot of Steelers fan wanted Kenny Pickett to start from the rip, which obviously didn't happen. It didn't happen. Which I thought in my mind going into the season that Pickett was gonna sit back this season, take it all in, learn how the offense operates, and you know what I mean as a rookie, and he had a lot on his shoulders going into it, because I'm sorry, what's his face couldn't get it done, but
Trubisky.
Yeah, Trubisky. To the point where the fans are literally screaming at you to put in a rookie, Kenny Pickett.
And I mean, the fact that they took Kenny Pickett was an homage to Dan Marino. They didn't take Dan Marino when they should have taken Dan Marino, and he would have been the next great Pittsburgh Steeler, and he would have won Super Bowls, and he would have stayed at home. And now I hope Kenny Pickett does that. I hope he wins the Super Bowl, because I mean it'd be a storybook. And
I mean he's got a long career. He's got a long career left as long as he can stay healthy. But it's just crazy to me that he went in what week was it? Week 4, I want to say.
Yeah. I'm prepared too.
As a rookie to perform, to perform like that. Mitch Trubisky, who's been in the league for at least 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, for a while.
You should be guiding this rookie quarterback. I know it was his first year on the Steelers too, but you know what's expected of you, as a professional athlete. But
and it should have been known from the draft. You know what I mean? They took him.
You know what? Pittsburgh picked him up early for a reason, so
that's right.
They're going to utilize him. I respect that. So Tomlin, shout out to my Tomlin.
Also, Najee Harris, someone that we were very critical on early in the season, turned things around. Blocking was better, run game was better, and that's a very huge part of the Steelers' offense is that run game. You get that going, which they did the last couple of games, then everything else opens up for the Steelers. So, very huge improvement from Najee.
Yeah.
See, and we got next, Geno Smith, hell of a season from him. He almost led the Seahawks to the playoffs after everyone counted them out. Everyone thought it was going to be a tank year for them. And in the process of that, he breaks Russell Wilson's single-season passing yards record. So how do we think the Seahawks keep Geno for a while, or what's their go-to with Geno here?
Yeah, I would say keep him. I think he exceeded expectations this year and honestly left a lot of people shocked. I have nothing but respect for him. He's come a long way since being on the Jets, and I feel like he's always had the short end of the stick. And I feel like, looking back on it, maybe we should have given him a little bit more credit. I feel like he never had the help he needed to be successful, and I'm happy for him. He finally got that spotlight, and he shined.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What about you, John?
I've been a Geno Smith fan since before he was a Jet. I am a West Virginia Mountaineer fan because my uncles both went to West Virginia, and I got to see him at the last Rutgers West Virginia game ever, where he came back and continued a 23-year streak of beating Rutgers. So it just, I have always been a fan of Geno Smith, and I was kind of upset that they got drafted to the Jets because I was nervous. They just ruined Tim Tebow, and now they drafted this young guy, and we still have Mark Sanchez on the roster, and what are we doing? And then he gets thrust into a starting position. And by the way, the Jets for Zach Wilson have drafted skilled people, linemen. Geno Smith got none of that. So, I mean, to leave the Jets and then go to the Giants and then be the first one to replace Eli Manning for the amount of starts in a situation he didn't want to even start in, you know what I mean? That was hard for him too. And then to be a backup in San Diego or Los Angeles, the Chargers. And then to go to Seattle and learn behind Russell Wilson and to learn that system. And last year when he replaced Russ and he didn't really win, I was rooting for him. I think he really sees the day when it came to this system and to Russell Wilson's assets. DK Metcalf is a solid wide receiver. You know what I mean? They found a solid running back in Walker. So, I mean, I think he sees the moment, and I love this quote. They wrote me off, but I didn't write back. That's like, I'm putting that on a T-shirt and buying that in 2023. I'm telling you.
Right. You better be careful. He might sue you for it.
I mean, he might, but I'm going to buy it from him, so don't worry about it.
Okay, good. You better.
Yeah.
All right.
As long as he gets some kind of commission.
Get some type of money. I hope the Seahawks resign him because, like, a lot of people need quarterbacks, and I think he knows the system, and he knows Pete Carroll, and –
do we know what his contract's looking like right now?
He's a free agent. So
free agent after this
really
year?
Go anywhere. So like I'm thinking they give him around 3 years, 32. I don't know, like not a year, but like overall contract wise, maybe like 50. I don't know how much he's gonna make in a 3-year span, but
make sure you don't pay him. That's it.
It's a medium contract. That's what I would offer him. A medium to high contract. Depending
on maybe like a small prove-it contract again.
Sure. Yeah. Like a 2-3 year stint. Love that. You know what I mean? But I mean, quarterbacks are expensive. So I mean, if you can get them for 3 years, $50 million, you know what I mean? That's a steal. So
yeah.
Okay. So you don't think Seattle should draft a quarterback just in case?
No. Give it a year or two.
No.
Give it a year or two.
Not this offseason.
And a lot of people are calling for that. And you know what? It's not worth it. So
right. And then we also have it was a player's last game this past weekend. J.J. Watt, former Texan, current or former player of the Arizona Cardinals as well, went up against the San Francisco 49ers. It was not a pretty game at all, but it was good to see the soon-to-be Hall of Famer play his last game. Thoughts on J.J. Watt's career? Because I know he didn't get a chance to play for a Super Bowl, but a lot of great stats. I'm pretty sure he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer when time comes.
Shane, we're both linemen. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
I'll take it. Just if you don't mind, John.
No, you go first. I'll go second.
Once again, fan of the Indy AFC South. He's always a tough matchup. He was always a worry in the back of my head. It's like, and he's probably a good part of the reason why Andrew Luck is no longer playing anymore. But that's besides the point. Man, just the way he rushes that edge is just it's remarkable how he's been doing it for so long, and just shout out to him and nothing but respect for his career, and I wish nothing but the best for him and his family. And it was he's always a key component of their defense of both, especially Texans. I know he was only on the Cardinals for 2 or 3 seasons, but for the Texans, most of his career he was just. I mean, we usually had good luck against them, but he was always a key factor in their defense that we always had to be aware of and make sure we caught the right angle on the edge. So
that's a fact.
Shout out to J.J. Watt.
Facts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, to be honest with you, he's another guy I followed out of college. I was doing 6 a.m. routines in high school, like my sophomore year, and the pre-draft coverage is on. We're doing drills, and Coach Kuchar, my defense coordinator, goes, who you guys got to watch? J.J. freaking Watt. And I'm watching his things, and like the dude's a beast. I'm watching his things, and I'm like, the Jets need to draft this guy. The Jets need to draft this guy. Like he's gonna change a franchise. Like he went to the Rose Bowl. It's funny because he's very proven, but he got passed on for a while. So it's crazy they went to Houston. The Jets drafted Mo Wilkerson over him, who was a great D-end D tackle, but he moved on, and now he plays with the Packers. But I would have loved J.J. Watt. And honestly, I think he should come out of retirement. I'm going to say it right now. I think he should come out of retirement and play for Pittsburgh with his brothers.
Why he's retiring, right?
What injuries? Is it injuries?
I believe he has a new. Did he have his baby or is a newborn?
Yeah. The baby was at his first game a week or 2 ago.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah. But I mean, there was an offer. Like Mike Tomlin said when he heard the news, he was like, "Actually, we're gonna offer him $40 million to come play with his brother." So I mean,
damn.
Like it's like
that's how they turn out.
And they somehow talk him out of retirement to come play here. You know what I mean? Like I think it would be amazing for the Watt family. He's done so much for the Houston Texans, especially when that hurricane came through Houston, and they booed him on draft night. They booed him on draft night?
Yeah, I do.
It's insane, bro. Like, and then he was a walk-on in Wisconsin. He just has an amazing story, and he's one of the players that I'm going to follow after he retires, and I hope to meet one day at an autograph signing or I don't know, anything.
Right.
But also, reportedly, Watt's retiring, and the Cardinals possibly might be moving DeAndre Hopkins. So
yeah, I heard that.
If you need a wide receiver,
New York Jets or Giants, I don't know. I'm just
imagine
Hopkins. I'll welcome him with open arms. If we can get away Galladay too, we can put that in that deal. I'm just saying.
I don't know.
I
don't respect Hopkins.
Okay.
Oh, the PEDs.
The PEDs. I just.
Wasn't it a weird lotion he put in his hair? Wasn't that the cause of it, or am I misreading the situation?
I don't know fully, so I'm not gonna
explain.
Okay.
I'm just saying. I think there are situations where doctors give players medicine that is not connected to the NFL. You know what I mean? So
right. At the end of the day, though, you have a contract,
and you gotta know.
You know, as an athlete, what you're putting into your body.
Or you should know.
You hold that responsibility.
Yeah.
And, I don't know.
I got you. Yep. So what do you think? Who should go? You know the Patriots? I'm just saying.
Come to New England. Hey, Tom Brady's on his way.
Oh my God!
I mean, it's not like Mac Jones will be able to throw to him anyway.
Tom Brady's coming back.
No, he's not. He's going.
He's not. He's not coming back to the cold.
He's going to the Raiders.
He's too old to be back in the cold.
McDaniels.
That's fine. He'll have that big ass puffy jacket that he went viral for.
His joints, they can't handle it anymore, Phil. I'm sorry.
Well, no, he might surprise you this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, no bias. Green Bay should make a play for him to try to convince Aaron Rodgers to stay, but I doubt it. The Giants possibility, the Cowboys are a possibility because of the whole Odell Beckham Jr. situation. Jets would be a nice pick as well.
A veteran, you know what I mean? Another veteran. Yeah. We could get rid of somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see Tom Brady playing for an AFC East team, but
no, I was talking about Hopkins, but yeah.
Oh, Hopkins,
okay. I mean, you think Tom Brady's going to the Jets?
No, he's
never. Hilarious.
He's never going to any other AFC East team. There's no way.
I mean, there was talk about Miami.
Yeah, there was talk about Miami.
That's disrespectful to Tua, and I will not entertain that on this channel.
Tua needs to stop playing football.
I mean, is it his fault though?
I know that. Are we going to millions? But
yeah, listen, 3 concussions in 1 year. Scary.
1 year. I think it's only 1.
Yeah, that's scary.
He's got to get his money and get out.
I know. Yeah. And I don't want him to end up like, for example, the Jets have a famous wide receiver.
What's also concerning is remember what happened in Alabama going into the draft. Tua was already up for discussion whether or not he was going to be a good asset.
That was his leg, but
I know that was his leg.
Yeah,
but man, you gotta know when to hang him up. You gotta hang up the cleats, and I worry about him.
Some people
I'm for the player, but I'm also defending what people said he couldn't do at the beginning of the season. You know what I mean? He's done what people have not expected of him.
Oh yeah,
and he
exceeded expectations. I mean,
yeah.
I had him on my fantasy team. Thank you, Tua.
Yeah.
But it was just hard to watch the season, and it's who knows how much longer he has left to play, or
But he's the reason why the Dolphins are in the playoffs.
Right? Yeah, 100%.
That's all I'm saying. That's all.
Yeah.
It was so disrespectful at the beginning of the year when they were talking about how Shorty throws and all this other stuff. That's like, bro, like you don't play football. Like
Tyreek Hill definitely helped.
I know.
You can't give it all to him, but yeah.
Waddle? You know what I'm saying?
Waddle as well.
Waddle as well. Yeah, he
was waddling.
Yeah.
Okay. So the final topic before we move on to other stuff. Hey, Green Bay. What's next for them? The tough loss against Detroit. A lot of people picked they would win again to the playoffs, but Jamal Williams, 2 touchdowns. Jared Goff, unbelievable play. DeAndre Swift with a crazy trick play. Now everyone's looking at all the interviews we're seeing. I think Jameson Williams post game tried to ask for Aaron Rodgers' jersey, but he said he'll keep it. So a lot of clues getting hit. What do you think is the next step for Aaron Rodgers? What do you think he will do? And what do you think what he should do?
You go first, John, if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like, no offense, I don't mean to be like this, but we lived through this one time before with Brett Favre, and I feel like the soap opera has begun. All right, this is what happened with Brett Favre.
You think he's gonna retire and come back?
No, the media is saying he's gonna retire, right? That's what the media is saying,
right?
So
I think saying he's leaving Green Bay. That's why
it should be. You know what I mean? Like this guy is not done playing. Like he is a star athlete. You know what I mean? So everyone's like, oh, he's just going to hang him up. He's going to be respectful. Yeah, get the hell out of here with that. All right? He said, I'm going to keep this one because this is the last time I'm in a Packers uniform. I mean, there's going to be another uniform, maybe the Colts, maybe the Jets, maybe the Patriots. I don't know who it's going to be, but he's not going to be in Green Bay. And they got an understudy already for him that was Aaron Rodgers. So, what are we talking about here? You know what I mean? And if Aaron Rodgers stays because they get Hopkins or they get somebody, you know what I mean? They have to deal Jordan Love because of all the drama this year. Or maybe they hold on to him and he only lasts 1 more year. Who knows?
Right.
Crazy.
For me, I think he's gone. I don't think he retires because I think he still has a little bit more football left to play, but I think he's gone from Green Bay. I think he possibly get traded. I think that's the situation. He might ask for a trade. There's a lot of contenders. The Jets is definitely someone. Who else? Maybe the Vikings if they want to do a swap, but I doubt it. Imagine if Aaron Rodgers plays with Justin Jefferson.
Definitely not. Absolutely not.
The Colts could be in contention as well.
No, we're not a retirement home anymore.
Aaron Rodgers.
Whoa! You wouldn't take Aaron Rodgers in Indianapolis?
No, I would not.
Really?
I would not.
Is it because the team's not ready as a whole to go?
No, we got to start new.
Okay, got it.
We can't be having these veterans come in and we're in the middle of a rebuild when we're trying to rebuild as it is.
Rivers, Matt Ryan.
He clearly showed this season that he's not willing to work with young players. That's what he showed me. I don't think he's a good leader.
Understandable, Shane.
I think he's a great quarterback, and we give him weapons like Devontae Adams and a Randall Cobb in his prime. Yeah, he's going to show out.
But hear me on this. Just hear me on this on Aaron Rodgers. I get he has a bad persona with the media. He does. I mean, I agree with you. He struggled with these young receivers, and I feel like in a way he's throwing some of them under the bus.
He failed them. He failed them in a way.
But the Green Bay Packers should have gotten him a young wide receiver a year or two ago because every one of their great wide receivers, Greg Jennings, Randall Cobb, Devontae Adams, Jordy Nelson, they all had 2 years to sit on the bench and get thrown in practice and fix all these mistakes that's happening this year. You know what I mean? And because the Packers just got rid of Adams and got no one else because they suck at free agency, you know what I mean? They never do it. So it's just like it's almost like he was set up for failure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I think he needs to move on, and I think you're right. But I don't know.
Yeah, I think he moves on. Oh, good. Yeah, I think he completely moves on too. I think with Aaron Lazard is most likely out the door. There's not a lot to go after Alan Lazard. Yes, you have Dobbs and Christian Watson, but they still need time to develop, and I don't think Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to wait for them to develop. Mm-hmm. But hey, it's going to be a busy offseason. We're going to see what happens.
And I
both
mean,
sides of the ball.
Yep.
Matt LaFleur has a brother in New York who calls plays for an offense who's looking for a veteran quarterback. All right, I just want to say that. They had joint practices before. It'd be a perfect fit. And let me tell you, when Brett Favre got traded to the New York Jets, I called it beforehand, and my dad woke me up with a bacon, egg, and cheese and a New York Post that says Brett's the Jet. All right, still have the Post to this day, and it was a great time to be a Jet. And he had a bad year. He went 9-7 that year, and he basically quit at the end of the season, and then he went to Minnesota. So I just, I'm not even standing up for Brett Favre. I was a fan at one point, and now I don't know, but it's
also he's gonna make a retirement stop. That's what you're saying. Aaron Rodgers quick retirement stop in New York
for a year. I mean,
where do you think he's gonna end up then?
I don't know. It makes me think.
Where do you see him being a fit? Honestly,
State Farm.
That's the question. It's like okay, we're like okay, we're not gonna be staying in Green Bay. Who wants him? Who needs him?
Someone not in the NFC, seriously. Like, you're not going to let them go back home to the 49ers. You know what I mean? To compete against them. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be someone in the AFC, and it's going to be someone who gives up picks.
Maybe the Titans?
That would be horrible. I don't even know what to think of that.
Right.
Maybe the Raiders.
Oh, yeah.
A Derek Carr and Aaron Rodgers trade swap.
You don't believe Tom Brady's going to the Raiders?
It's a possibility.
That's hard to picture.
Oh, the offensive coordinator. You know,
and Josh McDaniels again.
Yeah. He's looking for a quarterback. It's either going to be Jimmy G or it's going to be Tom Brady. But I mean, it could be Aaron Rodgers. Who knows?
Possibility. Okay. So that being said, our NFL topics. Hey, let's recap fantasy football, and we have our ESPN League champion over here. Our sleeper league champion is delayed right now. So, Shane, how do you think the year went for you for fantasy football? Besides winning? A probable Cinderella story.
I think you could put it in the history books as arguably one of the best Cinderella stories, and gosh, I'm grateful. I feel like going into throughout the most of the regular season, my team was definitely underestimated. 2 of my losses, I did put up the second most points and just happened to be facing the opponent who put up the most. That always hurts. Those are hard to recover from. I never gave up. I always I'm still gonna stick it out, and just the fact that I was able to sneak into the playoffs like as a 7 seed. Like at one point I was I think 11 at the very. I was a 10 seed for a while, a little while, and just being able to sneak in the playoffs, like just given the opportunity was such a blessing. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try and make a run.
Your first championship?
No, this is my second.
Second. Oh, that's 2 rings. Most rings in the league.
Damn.
The last time I won the ESPN Cavs Fantasy League was when LaShawn McCoy was a Bill. I went to the Bills and Steelers game. I forgot it was during college. I want to say possibly our sophomore year. So possibly 2015, 2016 season.
I remember that season.
It was the last time I think I won.
That was Kobe's year too. 81.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just grateful, and shout out to Taylor. He had a remarkable season, and I didn't want to face anyone else. I was like, because I faced the was it the 3 seed? No, I'm sorry, I faced the 2 seed, and then taking out the 3 seed, and I was like, it's gotta be Taylor.
2 seed.
Gotta be the 1 seed.
Yep.
I was like,
Did you face the 2 seed after me?
I faced the 2 seed,
and I was like I think what were you? You were the.
I was a 7 seed, so I faced the 2 seed.
Okay.
First round.
Got you.
Ran into the 3 seed.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I lost to you. Never mind.
I think it was It was
but when I faced the 2 seed, I stuck by. I won by 1 point, and I was watching that Giants Commanders game, clenching my couch because I'm like, this is playoffs,
That's so funny.
I was like, and in my other league, I actually had an unfortunate circumstance where there was a 3-way tie, so I was just happened to be cut out of the playoffs. So just so this was a nice lift up for me and definitely boosted my confidence, and it was a great year.
Yeah, I'm just glad to have everyone on tonight that has won a championship in the fantasy football league, right, John?
Yeah, it must be nice. All right.
I won one. I won one. Elijah won one. Akeem won one. Shane won one. John, your time's coming.
I mean, hey, let me just say my piece about this year. I wish I played Shane. I almost got to play Shane, and I lost by 0.75 of a point.
Yeah.
The first round of the playoffs, and that's because the Jets had -1 point. So the Jets knocked me out of the freaking playoffs. So it's for a team that I defended all year, and my dad was like, "This is the defense that's going to lead them to this." I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Jets fans have high hopes, but it was a hell of a year. I had the second most points scored against me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the whole league. Like, I couldn't do anything.
He says it every week, so.
I think once I won the first round, once I beat the 2 seed, I was like looking to see where ESPN projected me to go from when we drafted.
Yeah.
And I want to say they had me finishing like overall 7th place. Okay. So just to be able to beat the odds and the projections, they're never accurate.
Are you gonna add to the belt?
Can you repeat that, John?
I said, are you gonna add to the belt? Sorry about that.
Add to the belt?
Yeah. Like, I think you add your mark or whatever, and then you can make it bigger, or you can make it. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, Keem's gonna send you a championship belt.
There's talk about adding a funny punishment, but not too funny. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm not paying money to do something embarrassing, but I'm willing to maybe add a punishment.
You know who got last? Was it Travis?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Did Travis get last? Yeah, check, Phil. Hold on. But
no clue, actually.
And that's Travis could have been like you and fought. You know what I mean? Like that.
I wasn't giving up because once I think I was what was my record at one point? So I finished 6-8 in the regular season.
Yeah.
I was 4-8, and I'm like, man, I was like, I still have a chance. Like, I still could make the playoffs. I'm like, just sneaking as a 7th seed, like that set me off. I was like, I was on my lineup.
And the funny thing is, that's how a lot of like our leagues go, like with the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, we always finish so close to each other because we have some people who are like really good. Like Taylor lost like what 2 games this whole year.
Yeah.
And then
you lost if you want to count the championship.
That's what I'm counting. Yeah.
I mean, he still had a remarkable season.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always been a problem.
Yeah, he has.
He's always been a problem. It's always been tough getting by Taylor. So
I think it was Murray.
If he sees this, shout out to Taylor and
shout out to Taylor.
Thank you for sending the love, even after the result. So true class. So
and you keep the draft tight. So appreciate you. Bro.
Oh, so since we're here talking about ESPN League, who are your 2 keepers for the league? Because for this league, we get to keep this year around. We got to keep 2 of our players from this year and bring them over to next year. So, have you thought about it by any chance? Which 2 players would you keep? But the thing is, whatever 2 players you keep from your league, whatever round you pick from, you can't pick from that round. So I drafted Jamar Chase in the first round. I can't pick in the first round because I have Jamar Chase. So,
and that's tough. That's tough because like
this when did this get implemented?
This year,
the start of the season.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can pick 2 players.
2 players.
We just want to carry over to next year.
Okay.
But we cannot pick the round we previously drafted them in this year.
True.
At least we got some time to think about that.
Yeah, I could show you after this how to do it. Go ahead.
I got a player in mind. Phil, how about you? Do you have anyone in mind?
Jamar Chase and Dameon Pierce for me.
Okay, that's what you're saving. Interesting.
Because Dameon Pierce, I drafted in like the 9th or 10th round. So Aaron Jones was like a top 4 round pick. I could get a better running back than Aaron Jones. So I might as well stick with the obviously number 1 pick, in my opinion, was Jamar Chase. And then Dameon Pierce, who is a decent running back. If he'll be my running back too, I could just draft a better running back 1. So.
I mean, mine could definitely change, during the offseason, but I'm thinking Tyreek Hill and, believe it or not, Evan Ingram. Man showed up for me.
Okay.
Shout out to Jacksonville and Evan Ingram.
So
Ingram.
Yep.
Evan Ingram's not going to be a first-round pick, so that clearly
out of nowhere put up 44 points for me in my first week of playoffs. Unbelievable.
Wait, which 2 did you say?
Tyreek Hill and Evan Ingram. However, I don't actually, now that I think about it, I don't think I drafted Evan Ingram. I think I picked him up.
You must have, yeah. I don't think
also, you're saying bye to Najee and Josh Jacobs? You're saying bye to Najee and Josh Jacobs?
Oh, yeah.
Josh Jacobs was the leading rusher this year.
Yeah.
But not leading in points for running backs. That was Austin Eckler.
Right.
Who I picked in the first round.
He was number 3 though.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be sticking with Najee Harris. He definitely was a great asset and definitely did enough. But toward the beginning, the middle of the season, I feel like as a RB1, I was expecting more out of him.
Mm-hmm.
But Shane drafted him 30th overall too, so Josh Jacobs was like a third rounder possibly. Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's like who knows? Could I find something better in the 3rd round though? Like Josh Jacobs, yeah.
And what's going to happen to him this offseason if he gets a Hall of Fame quarterback like Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers?
Also, he said he's leaving Las Vegas. So.
Say that one more time.
He said he doesn't want to stay with Las Vegas.
Oh, really? He's out.
He's free agent. He's a free agent as well.
Wow.
Oh wow, yeah, he's not staying.
So if he goes to a better team,
opinion depending on who he goes to, that's hilarious.
Right.
But for my 2. I'm struggling with it because I have Austin Eckler who had the most points for running backs this year, and I have Mark Andrews, so I picked in the 2nd round. So I can't go 1-2. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna keep AJ Brown or Metcalf I have Garrett Wilson, who I'm a Jets fan.
So you're not picking up you're not keeping Jalen Hurts?
No, yeah. I might pick Jalen Hurts just because I picked him in the 6th round, so I might go Hurts, Eckler. So
yeah, I would keep Jalen Hurts. That's a 6th round pick.
Just to keep him on the side. He can be a backup quarterback for who I'm going to pick. You know what I mean? In the 3rd or 4th round. But I'm joking. I'm not going to pick in the 3rd, 4th round unless I got somebody real good. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like they're going to save the real good ones. I feel like other people are going to save quarterbacks too.
They should save them for like later on in the draft. Like people pick them early, and then there's a whole panic. Everyone drafts quarterbacks just because they miss out on one.
You don't think I should keep Mark Andrews?
No.
You think there's too much question marks when it comes to like the last 4 seasons? Like he really struggled at the end, and that's probably why.
Plus you have better players anyways.
If he was doing what he was doing in the first 6 games of the season, no offense, Shane, but we would have played, and it would have been fun. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying.
But did you?
No, we didn't, and that's
Championship.
why I have to drop Andrews, right? And have to just go after another tight end. But my question is, do you think I think the person who has Kelsey is going to keep Kelsey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's only 3 tight ends, possibly 4 that you can pick. And it's Kelsey, Kittle, Pitts, and I think Andrews. That's it. Everyone else is going to be mid.
Irrelevant, yeah.
Yeah. And Andrews is an if because without Lamar Jackson, he doesn't perform that well.
So it's like that's my hard question with
bold argument.
Oh, and Hawkinson. Hawkinson has been decent. Hawkinson has been number 2 receiver, tight end this year, so Hawkinson as well. So maybe 5 or 6.
it's gonna be hard because I drafted Mark Andrews in the second round, so like that'd be a really hard draft.
You can get something else second round.
A third round pick? No, because I'm keeping Mark Andrews. Oh, you're saying I get someone else in the second round?
Yeah, I'd say yeah. I mean that'd be my advice, but
okay, yeah. Because Hurts was like a 6th or 7th round pick, right, Phil?
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely keep Hurts.
Who has Kittle? That's the question.
It definitely was me. I think it was the 6th round, which was fucking spectacular because he was, oh my god, this year. You know what I mean? Like last year he had a sprained ankle and everyone was like, he's shit. And then like, I don't know, it worked out. But I think he should be MVP, Shane.
You know what's funny?
So?
He really no offense, and maybe Travis is gonna be annoyed with me when I say this, but Micah Parsons really talks some shit, and I am a huge Micah Parsons fan.
Yeah.
I'd like to acknowledge he's one of the best defensive players in the game right now. And what he said about Justin Hurts, about him being a system quarterback, that was some bullshit. Because let me tell you something. I mean, that system beat his ass up for like 30 points. So like, I can't wait to see a rematch. You know what I mean? Eagles.
I think we might get it.
We might.
We might get it.
We might not.
I mean, you know what's funny? What? Speaking of our league, the whole add drop system.
Yeah.
Do you guys get an alert on your phone by any chance?
I have it.
Do you guys get an alert? You mind checking that real quick?
Alert. What happened?
Might want to check ESPN, fantasy football.
No, did someone just retire?
Nope. Check our league.
Phil, who can release somebody in our league already? Though it just ended. So like,
someone got released a while ago and hasn't got picked up ever since until now.
Kyler Murray.
Check the recent transactions.
Lamar Jackson, congratulations. Yeah. Okay. I'm cool with that. Lamar Jackson.
I might use that second, slot.
He was the first round pick. Lamar Jackson, he went early.
He was drafted 55th.
55th? Okay. So, I mean, Lamar Jackson could be a good pick for you, but like
trade bait, possibly.
You can't trade. I don't think you can trade.
I mean, like in the beginning when the season starts.
I mean, are you going to save him and who else?
I might. It might be him. It might be him and Jamar.
Okay, that's fine. Jamar Chase is amazing. Who was your running back?
I could get rid of Damian Pierce for Lamar Jackson.
Okay. I mean, yeah, he was somebody you could probably get in the 3rd, 4th round anyway.
Because I was just going through free agency. Mm-hmm. I'm surprised he's there.
I'm just saying, running back is a hard position, and a whole franchise is going to lean on the running back next year in Houston. Like, I'm
surprised no one like stashed him. Hold on, let me check.
It's just because whoever had him released him.
I dropped Lamar actually.
Okay, that's cool.
I dropped Lamar Jackson.
That's fine. You can keep Lamar Jackson.
And then Taylor dropped him earlier.
Yeah, I dropped him. I picked up so going into my championship versus Taylor, I had Tua who was out, and I had Lamar Jackson, and I was like, I'm not gonna. So I picked up Daniel Jones and Gardner Minshew, and I was like, because I can't rely on Lamar Jackson coming, but Tua wasn't playing, and I'm like, Lamar Jackson has been playing for a couple weeks now. I can't rely on him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm surprised you didn't just stash him, but I mean,
I'm so grateful.
That's all right. That's all right.
Oh, no, hey, Shane's defending champ. He's not have to worry about that.
I don't need that.
Right.
You're gonna drop.
In the moment going in the championship, are you really thinking? You know what I mean?
About next year? Yeah.
Yeah, you're really thinking about next year? No.
Hey, honestly, I do the same, to be honest. Because if I don't have a chance to win, I'm dropping him and worrying about that later on.
Right, because I wanted Minshew, but I'm like, I need to pick up Daniel Jones because I wasn't sure if Jalen Hurts was going to be playing. So I'm like, I need that comfort, you know.
I'm fine.
If I need to make that last second substitute, Daniel Jones was there. And honestly, I would say I should have started him because he was facing the Colts and put up 40-something points.
Indeed.
You like Daniel Jones like that?
I had him on my bench in the championship.
He went crazy the last week of the season.
Did he really? Damn it.
Because Elijah had him a sleeper. Also, just to recap our sleeper league, it was me versus Elijah in the championship. Shout out to Elijah, he won. It came down to Monday night, but we all know what happened that Monday night, and obviously the stats didn't record. So I mean, all he needed was one Jamar Chase catch to win, just one, and he would have won. So I was like, it was bound to happen. So I gave him the win. So
that's respectable. Yeah,
I was up like 0.20.
My other league that I don't know if you know my buddy Josh. he currently runs. They ran into the same predicament where the people in the championship. So the championship was 2 weeks long. Points added up for 2 weeks, and it was so close that they just split it 50-50. They split the first place winnings 50-50 because there was really no telling the outcome. But in your case, there was most likely a clear winner. So,
okay. But, let's see. Also, we have some things to recap. We have a pick'ems with another podcast. One I'm part of as well, IBT Sports. We won in our pick'ems. So hey, shout out to the team, Elijah, John, Akeem, myself. We balled such a won against the other podcast, and I won in the individual podcast as well. So it's a good year for me.
That's right for Phil on his show. It's on good for Phil on his show.
It's our show.
I'm just saying, like IBT Sports, like that's.
Oh,
if you look at the numbers, like that's where you're doing your bragging. No offense. I'm just as someone who trailed behind you, maybe not second, maybe definitely third. I'm either third or second behind you in points. Like
you're second or third. Yeah,
it was a good year. It was a good year. Wait, who's second?
I think it was either you or Elijah second.
I'm pretty sure I was. I think Elijah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was you. But okay. Elijah did fill out his sheet, so maybe he jumped you. But it's close between you two.
Maybe, yeah. But I mean, we're starting new for the playoffs, right?
I think so. I have no clue because
I think it's a new start for the playoffs because
you
don't think so? You don't think so? You think this is going to be different? I'm fine with taking an award.
No, I think we just pick. I don't think we're not doing the whole back and forth.
Okay, well, I want to talk to Kenny about it tomorrow on the thing. Maybe we're not, but
yeah, we can talk about that. Yeah.
Like they might be like down by like so much they're not going to catch us. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, yeah, the competition's currently over, but if you want to start a new one for postseason, we can. We'll talk to Kenny tomorrow. Also, we have our prize picks parlay to go over because you know how much I love sports betting. Yikes. We beginning of the season, we had Joe Mixon to have 500-yard rushing games.
Shane, is that crazy? That's crazy, right?
That is, yeah. That's pretty steep.
No, 4. Sorry, 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
To have 4, he only had 1, so that leg didn't hit. That was Akeem's leg. Elijah's leg was, I think, 5 300-yard passing games from Russell Wilson.
Oof.
He had 1.
Okay, there you go.
He had 1, and it was the first week. John's leg was Derrick Henry over 13.5 rushing touchdowns. He finished with 13.
So, I mean, no offense, he had 100 yards. So, like, we're going to say that's okay. You know what I mean? That's an okay.
I mean, he was one touchdown away for John going over, so it's not the worst. And then my leg was Travis Kelce over 96 receptions. He obviously broke that, so, I was only like that hit. So
I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
all right.
It was rough. Yeah.
They're horrible. I hope they lose forever. I'm joking. I like Derrick Henry, but other than that,
I mean, hey, it was the two Akeem's and Elijah's leg was very tough.
What are we betting on this week? What's the parlay this week?
Are you down? We're gonna start a bet, maybe too. I mean, let's see what we got for pick'ems. Let's start.
Actually, we can
end
the show.
Look into it. I'm not gonna say no.
I mean, we can end the show with building a parlay for this weekend. We'll do that after our draft.
Phil, I can't do prize picks.
I know. We're doing FanDuel. Do you have FanDuel?
Yeah.
I use FanDuel. I don't use any other.
Perfect. Okay, so at the last segment of our show, we'll make a FanDuel parlay. Good.
Yep.
Bet. Okay, so we'll see what else we have to go through. Actually, John, do you want to skip NBA for today?
Or yeah, we can skip it.
Yeah, because I want Shane here the entire show. So, because I don't know how much NBA you've watched this year, Shane.
We still do the draft, Shane. We've been doing drafts.
Yeah, we're doing drafts. Yeah. So
it's fun. You love these drafts.
So before we go to the drafts, let's go over the playoff matchups for this week. We'll just go down the line. The first one, I think we covered everything, right? Okay, yeah, we covered everything. The first one, Seattle at San Fran. Who we got for that matchup?
Whoa. And obviously in San Francisco.
Yep.
I love that it's a division game too. That makes it so much.
That's the best type of game.
That's the best.
Oh my god.
I think this might be Christian McCaffrey's debut in the playoffs, or at least like one of his First
Oh
5
yeah,
games.
I don't think he's ever been with the Panthers. Not that I can remember.
Yeah, because the one year the Panthers went to the playoffs, that was with Cam.
At the end of the day, I mean, I respect Geno Smith and the Seahawks. I think San Fran has too many weapons.
And Debo's coming back that week too.
Oh, and Deebo Samuel, it's over.
Well, and they played the Cardinals, who, by the way, we forgot to say this, JJ Watts, congrats on your last 2 sacks if you are retired, because he had 2 sacks against the 49ers. But they played such a basic offense in that game, guys.
It's like the fact that the Niners, they're winning convincingly with a third string quarterback, and I'm not discrediting him at all. I'm just saying, I'm just looking at the fact. Yeah. Third string quarterback, they don't have Deebo Samuel, and they're still looking great.
Yeah.
With the pocket. I'm like, so I mean, I'm gonna go San Fran.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think this offense has so many weapons. It's a plug and play system. As long as you put a decent quarterback, not the greatest quarterback, but like what's either like a pocket passer or someone a game what's it called a game manager, you'll be fine because you have players to make plays for you. Kittle, Debo, Ayuk,
CMC. Game manager?
Huh?
You think he's a young game manager?
I mean, that's what he is so far. Because you don't need Brock Purdy to do anything flashy. Mm-hmm. You just need him to not make mistakes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And
play his game.
He's not doing too much. He's playing smart football.
Right,
he's utilizing his weapons.
Let the weapons make the plays for you. You don't have to try to force things down the field.
Exactly.
I'm going to say San Fran convincingly because I just don't think that this Seattle team's ready. Even though they had a very impressive season, everyone thought this was going to be a tank year, but I think I'm going with San Fran, maybe like 10 plus.
And no disrespect to the Seahawks either, though.
Right.
Yeah. Congrats to Geno ahead of time. We got to keep saying it. Sorry, just because, like you said, Phil, they thought this team was going to finish last. They thought this was going to be the number 1 overall pick team. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And like Geno went out the job, and then he played hard all year. So I mean, I'm still going San Francisco, but I just want to give my flowers to Geno. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
It'll be a good game. It'll be a good game. Hopefully,
I think it's interesting. I do.
Yeah. So, John, you got San Fran as well? Okay. Next one we have an AFC battle: the Chargers versus the new AFC South champions, the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's at Jacksonville.
Yep.
So, who are you going with? You want me to go first?
You can go first, John. This one's hard.
I'll go next, and then you can go last.
Sure. You know what? Hate it, don't hate it. I'm going Jacksonville Jaguars. Underdogs of the playoffs, baby. Let me tell you something. Trevor Lawrence having a very Peyton Manning type career right now. Really shitty in the first half. Sorry for my cursing. Really bad.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah. So I mean, hey, let me explain it. Really bad in the first half, coming from a really good college career. You know what I mean? Really taking over his second year, putting the league on notice. All right. No one thought the Jaguars were going to the playoffs. All right. He took it from Tennessee. You know what I mean? Who, guess what? It would have been in Tennessee, and that would have been a horrible playoff game. Now we get young up-and-comers. So, I mean, I like that. I really like him at quarterback. I think he's a smart, fast quarterback. I think he's got things that other people might not have. He had to survive Urban Meyer for a year. You know what I mean? And now he finally has a coach that he trusts. So, I mean, I hope the best to him and the best to the Jaguars because no one thought they were making the playoffs. So, that's why I'm picking Jacksonville all day.
I'm gonna go Chargers. I have to disagree with you, John.
Okay, I understand.
I respect your decision, but I think Herbert is gonna show up. I feel like he's been in the league long enough now, where I think he's ready. He's fit. I mean, he goes up against Patrick Mahomes twice a year, and I mean, I think the Chargers organization has developed him into a smart quarterback. I feel like he's overcome a lot this season, and I think they're going to take it. I think they're going to take it to Jacksonville. I don't think this Jacksonville team's ready yet. Heck of a run, good for them. To the AFC South. But yeah, I'm going to go Chargers.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to agree with Shane. I mean, it's a nice feel-good story that the Jaguars made it, but hey, it's time to see what Justin Herbert can do in the playoffs. That's been one of the biggest hits we've seen throughout his young career so far. What can he do in the playoffs if he makes it? And this is his first opportunity to do so. They have the better offense. They have a slightly better defense, even though it's been banged up all year. Keenan Allen and Mike Williams and Austin Eckler versus Christian Kirk and Travis Etienne. I'm taking the Chargers weapons any day of the week.
Mike Williams might be out too. I mean, I'm just saying. I've heard things about their injuries that they got nervous. I do believe that if they win the Chargers, Justin Herbert needs to take over this game. And Shane, if he's that guy that you're talking about, and he can compete with Mahomes and Allen and make it
he does though. He does.
Okay.
I mean, he does compete with Mahomes. You know,
he does. Yeah. Not that he doesn't.
Yeah. Even with the Owls, even facing those Owls, I mean, he knows he's going up against it twice a season.
Right. Okay. Next one. Miami at Buffalo. Skylar Tompkins is set to be the quarterback for Miami. Buffalo coming off a win against New England. A lot of people think it's going to be like a wash, a huge blowout for Buffalo. Do we all agree?
Yes.
Yes, I do agree.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I just don't think that even with the Miami weapons that Miami have and Bradley Chubb coming from Denver to help that defense out, without Tua or at least Teddy Bridgewater, I don't think this offense can go against this Buffalo's defense, who's been balling recently.
He's not gonna, but if Teddy or Tua showed up, they could win that game.
It's possible. They need one of them. Dolphins need one of them to show up.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Buffalo, like I said earlier, Buffalo's playing a lot of heart right now.
Yeah, they are. They are, and I think they potentially go on and win the Super Bowl. And shout out to Taylor, the Buffalo fan. Travis's girlfriend. Shout out to her.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Taylor.
Day one. I just want to put that out there. So,
right. Next up, we have John's team that finally made the playoffs after the boat incident. We have.
I got this dry clean, baby. We playoff bound. No one thought it would happen. We made it happen. And by the way, let me just let you on a little information. Daniel Jones. All right, Shane, you're telling me he's been balling, right?
He's been balling.
Okay, so guess what happened before the season? Coming from your Giants super fan, guess what happened before the season?
What's that?
They forgot to pick up his fifth. So he's a free agent at the end of the year. If he wins this playoff game, he might go up $20 million in contract.
That's true. I'll give him that.
So it's make it or break it for Daniel Jones. I think he's played with heart the whole year. Talking to Giants fans, I think we resign him, hopefully. I mean, as a Jets fan, I mean, if we can sign him for the Giants, I mean, why not? But I mean, like, I think he's in his last game he played, he sat against the Eagles, but in his last game he played, he was doing smart things when it came to running. He slid and he knew they were gonna aggressively attack him. So as long as he takes care of his body, I mean, I'd like to see them upset Minnesota. I mean, I don't mean to say it, but the worst thing that happened to me on Christmas Eve was Minnesota kicked a 61-yard field goal to beat the New York Giants. All right. So that's the worst thing that happened to me on Christmas Eve ever. So I think there's some frauds, and if they beat the Giants, I'll give them some respect, and good luck in the rest of the playoffs, Vikings. I mean, that's just the way I'm going, Giants. What about you guys?
You want me to go first, Phil?
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what, John? I'm gonna side with you on this one.
Ooh. A lot of people are. That's weird.
I'm gonna side with you on this one. I like the Giants in this matchup. I mean, like I said, I had Joseph as my kicker. That happened. I'm sorry that happened to you, but he got me 6 points just on that kick. So
he's not sorry. He said, a win's a win. I'm not sorry.
61 yards. Oh my god!
And that was the first week of the playoffs for us, so that was cool. But I mean, I look at Kirk Cousins. I mean, I respect him. Obviously, he's a professional. He's been doing it for a long time now. I don't think of him as a remarkable quarterback in the long term. I mean, I think the only reason they have come this far and have the record they do is obviously because of Justin Jefferson. Shout out to him. Dalvin Cook, he's not been doing enough, but I think the Giants are coming out for vengeance, and I like the way Daniel Jones is playing, and Saquon Barkley's healthy. So,
and they rested their starters.
Right,
and they rested exactly. They rested their starters this past week. I think we're gonna go Giants this one.
And they re-signed Landon Collins too. He's his old safety.
Okay.
Next 2 weeks ago, but just putting that out there.
So, with that being said, the Vikings are proven to be frauds year in, year out, but I think they make past it one game and then prove to be frauds. Okay. I just think the whole game plan is just if you stop Saquon, you stop the whole offense of the Giants, and I think that's what the Vikings they got to do that because think about it. If they had this good of a year and lose to the Giants and get knocked out of the playoffs, they will not hear the end of it.
And let me tell you something. We have more than just Saquon. I can start naming some people. Be like, I don't
know, Phil. Daniel Jones is looking good at the right time, though.
Yeah, because you have the threat of Saquon. Because everyone's worried about Saquon and you got Daniel Jones.
Right, exactly.
Who? Who do you guys have?
No, I understand it though. That's a good pick, Phil.
I mean, yeah, I'm going Minnesota. This is a must-win game for them. All the pressure is on Minnesota because you got blown.
They're under a microscope right now.
You got blown up by the Cowboys. You got blown up by the Packers, who don't even have that many weapons. And now,
you're facing a good Giants team.
Yep. And on paper, the Vikings should win. That's the problem. They're the favorites, and they have another chance. They have an opportunity to be frauds.
You know what, John? I'm gonna do a parlay, and I'm gonna take the Giants money line for you.
No, don't do it. Don't put a parlay on it.
Right. Shane, plus points. Plus points. Do plus points.
Plus points.
Yes. So that way you can have both ways.
I like this matchup because of how their previous matchup ended, and the fact that the Giants are just feeling good right now. Vikings they're just under so much pressure. Like this is gonna make or break.
Shane, let me tell you something. When they kicked that onside field goal and they almost got it, I almost knocked over my cousin's husband who's from Philly. We're watching the game and they're coming back at the end, and I'm like, okay. But like he put it on, and I was just like, "Why put this game on? This is a blowout." Like they're starters, and it's Philly, but it's interesting. Hopefully, they do something.
Yeah,
right. I
agree. Next matchup, we have the battle of the AFC North. Baltimore Ravens, possibly with Lamar Jackson. He's still questionable. It's a good chance he might play versus the AFC defending champions, Cincinnati Bengals. For me, I'm going Bengals. I think even if Lamar Jackson plays, I think this Bengals team is too hot. They've been having the experience that they needed to make a good run off of last year, and I think if Lamar comes back this game, he hasn't played in a month or so. It's gonna be a lot of rust, and I don't think they can get it together in time to win the game. So I'm gonna go with the team that's been together for a while with their actual quarterback. I'm gonna go with the Cincinnati Bengals.
Okay, Shane, you can go.
I'm actually gonna agree with Phil. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. I love Joe. I like Joe Burrow. I think he shows great composure under pressure. This team has shown, once again this season that they're a force to be reckoned with. And I just don't see I don't see the Ravens being ready to handle that. I've said, as Phil said, Lamar might be coming back. Even if he comes back, I think they're gonna be able to key on him, and Bengals are just gonna put up too many points. Even if the Ravens do try to hang in there, the Bengals are gonna put up too many points for them to come back. So,
okay, boys, it's been a great podcast so far, and I'm sorry to completely disagree with you right now, but I said it from the beginning of the year. Who am I taking in this division? I'm going Baltimore if Lamar Jackson is healthy, okay? And if Lamar Jackson is back, you better pay that man his money next year because he's about to win you this playoff game against a division rival. Okay, this man deserves some guaranteed money. Why does Deshaun want money and he does not? There are big questions. They need to be answered.
John, I see where you're coming from, but he's coming off a month of being out.
Four games, yes, no doubt. He's going to be rusty.
Now he's expected to play a playoff game,
and they might not win. But I have to go with Baltimore because I know people in Baltimore. All right,
That's why they threatened you to make that pick.
I got season ticket holders that I've talked to, and I said I'm rolling with Baltimore. So
fair enough.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to make that about the speech about he deserves to get paid.
Cincinnati will be on my parlay this week, but I'll still keep the Giants in there.
That's so nice.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Mine too, Shane. Mine too. And finally, we have the Monday night game. There's a lot of storylines headed into this game. Can Dallas show up in the playoffs? Can Tom Brady make it 8-0 against the Cowboys all time? So we have the Cowboys versus the Buccaneers Monday night game, the final game of the Wild Card weekend.
Wait. Phil, we got to talk about this game.
Well, they have Skip Bayless interrupting my speech.
I know I am.
Skippy.
I'm not trying to be Skip Bayless right now. I apologize, Phil. The floor is right after. I just want to say this. I can't make my pick yet. I want to talk about it with you guys. All right. This is almost too many storylines going into this game. And Shane, I know you're new to the podcast, but our co-host Akeem Wright said if they don't win the Super Bowl, what is the year for the Dallas Cowboys? Okay, so it's a big game. Okay, and they just lost to the Redskins, who played an amazing year, didn't make the playoffs.
Commanders, sir.
Commanders, whatever. The team from Washington, the American football team. I got questions and I have things to ask. And Shane, your dad's a Cowboys fan, so
shout out, Mr. Cole.
He's very excited, guys. He actually might be watching this, or we'll be watching this. But I gotta go with the Cowboys. Okay. Obviously, there's a lot of question, regarding Dak Prescott's performance. Obviously he has four more. I think he has most interceptions and has missed 5 games this season.
7. He's a 7.
Are you saying Cowboys because you have to, or saying Cowboys because you want to?
I want to. I don't think the Buccaneers are going to be able to compete with their offense.
Okay.
Do I think Tom Brady's going to show up and put up points? No doubt. Playoff Tom Brady. I just don't think the rest of his team has it in them, personally. I see Dallas advancing in this competition.
John, do you want?
I think it's going to be a hell of a game, and Jerry Jones has said that he's not even gonna. This game doesn't even consider on the amount of things he's going to look when it comes to McCarthy, and I think that's a lie. And I think if the Cowboys lose this game, there's going to be some problems in Dallas. And I don't mean to be like that, but I'm going to agree with Shane, and I am going to take the Dallas Cowboys this week.
Yeah.
But I will say this: it will be a hell of a close game, and Tom Brady might win this game. Okay, but I think
he's undefeated against Dallas. Just want to keep. He's undefeated. He's never lost to Dallas.
7-0.
But this might be the first week. That's why I'm taking it.
Right.
And it's the thing that's annoying that the only good thing that happens if Dallas loses is that they don't bury Tom Brady with retirement questions. You know what I mean? Because if he loses, they're going to bury him with retirement questions, and they're going to basically force him into retirement. And I think he could go to New England. I think he could go to Las Vegas. But I think Dak plays better next week. And I think it comes together. And if they run the ball like they've been doing all year, they're scary. All right. Zeke is better than he was last year. All right. And then you got someone named Tony Pollard who had 103 rushing yards on my birthday. Thank you, Travis, for that bet. That was very sad to lose a personal bet on my birthday. But I can't pick against Dallas. And I'd love to see an NFC matchup. You know what I mean? Eagles, the Giants. It would be beautiful either way. So I'm going Cowboys.
Well, with that being said, you're not going to get that NFC East matchup.
Okay.
I'm going to go Buccaneers.
Okay.
No, obviously there's a little bias because Tom Brady's my guy and all.
Right.
But if there's one thing we've noticed in the last couple of years, you can't trust Dallas in the playoffs. Whether they're up whether they're up or down. We saw last year they made a complete mental mistake against the 49ers. They easily could have won that game.
They made it past the first round.
Yeah, but I just think that the last couple of weeks, minus I guess the Falcons, the Bucs were clicking. Mike Evans on page, Chris Godwin on page. I just think I can't trust Dallas in the playoffs.
They just don't have a run game. They're like Buffalo. You know what I mean?
I think Rashad White and Lenny Mike are going to have a game, but the main game plan for the Bucs is control Michael Parsons. You do that, and I think the game's yours. But that's easier said than done. But just because that O line for the Bucs has been very weak throughout the year, especially with all the injuries. But I think Tom Brady's been here before. He's had worse teams than this. He's had better teams than this. But it's just the Cowboys. They collapse on themselves, and we're going to see another collapse on Monday night.
And the Bucs beat Dallas week 1. I just want to let you know that they're different teams. But
different.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. Hey, the film's out there. This whole week is going to be them reviewing game tape on each other from week 1, see what they can change and what they can what they can maneuver. And I think Tampa Bay gets it done. I don't think they'll make it to my original Super Bowl matchup was Chiefs and Bucks. That could still happen, but it's less likely even now. So I think the Bucks do advance though in this game. So this is.
I think it'll be a great game though either way. Even though I differ from Phil's opinion, just the performance from Tony Pollard this season, It's just remarkable what he's done. And
right.
I mean, even though Zeke's getting the money, but that's besides the point.
Running back 1, Tony Pollard.
Hopefully that will change in the near future, but I'll come. And I feel like if Dak Prescott, as long as he can, like I said, we were talking about Brock Purdy, as long if he can just play smart football and not do too much.
And by the way, there are people on that list. I think he's like he's in like within the top 5 longest interception streaks in the history. But Dan Marino's on that list, 1995. You know what I mean? You got Hall of Fame type quarterbacks on that list who throw interceptions. You know what I mean? So I think he could benefit from it. But
I'm sorry, John. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, they have Skip Bayless number 2 now.
I was just going about how I feel some of the interceptions. I know it does fall back on the quarterback. However, some of the interceptions that Dak Prescott has thrown, I have bounced off his receivers as well. For example, against Jacksonville in overtime, I don't think that was his fault. It happened. It's a game over. Right. It's a loss. Do I feel like we're going to blame it all on Dak Prescott? No.
Yeah.
However, the Jaguars did come back that game.
And I don't mean to be like that, but I've talked to Cowboys fans, and they're okay without Dak Prescott. Do you know what I mean? It's not like I'm not sure if he loses, they might change quarterbacks. They might change 10 coaches. You never know what happens to them.
I think they're speaking too soon.
So I think they stick with Dak, and I think he wins. But I'm just saying.
So out of all the games this week, which are going to be your go-to game to watch this weekend? Let's see. For me, you know what? I'm gonna go Chargers and Jacksonville. 2 young teams, 2 young quarterbacks. I think this is gonna be a nice offensive shootout. I want to see what Trevor Lawrence can do with ETN and Christian Kirk after everyone was doubting them, especially Christian Kirk. His contract, everyone thought was a bad contract. I just want to see what they can do against a nice upcoming team, just like the Chargers. Plus, seeing Austin Eckler and Keenan Allen play in the playoffs is always a good match to watch. So I'm gonna pick that one as my must-watch game.
It's a great pick.
Great pick.
Shane, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. But I think I'm gonna go with the Giants and Vikings.
Okay. Wow.
I feel like there's a lot of vengeance that the Giants want. Considering that
goal
kick, and I just see it being a great matchup, and I think both teams have something to prove. Giants they want to prove that they're worthy of being in the playoff spot. And the Vikings want to prove they're not fraud. Let's clash it out.
It's gonna be exciting.
I like it.
I'm gonna let you keep that pick, and I'm gonna go pick somebody else because I think this week
was that your pick before?
It was. I was going Giants, but it's all right. I appreciate you talking about the rematch, so I don't have to talk about it. That's the one thing Giant fans hate when other people don't talk about us. But I'm gonna go Dallas, Tampa Bay, Monday Night Football. You got Tom Brady, who's always beat the Cowboys. You got the Cowboys who's never beat Tom Brady. They've been in a slump for a little bit. I think they're ready to punch somebody in the mouth. I think it's going to be a hell of a game, regardless of who it is. And I'd like to see. I'd like to see Tom Brady not go out this year. That's all I'm saying. That's the only thing I want. I was the one when he retired in this group chat to say Tom Brady is coming back. I said that once he retired. So because realistically, I knew he wasn't done. So I continuously think he's not done yet. And guys, I low-key think that there's going to be a race, an age race between LeBron James and Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's winning so far.
I understand. But LeBron James is going to play until his sons are in the league.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying.
This Bronny.
Can I ask you a question, John?
LeBron James, go ahead.
Do you think the outcome of this game affects his future in the NFL?
Yes, unfortunately. I think the media will bury him. They retired Tom Coughlin from the New York Giants. All right. Tom Coughlin was not going to quit. I know he wasn't going to quit. As a Giants fan, he struggled with the media, and then the media buried him, and he decided to retire with grace. And 6 months later, he started working for the Jacksonville Jaguars, VP organizations. He's a great draft scout. He drafts the best wide receivers in the league. Seriously. So, when Jacksonville drafted James Ramsey and all their young talent before when they went with Blake Bortles, that was because of Tom Coughlin. So I mean, you're not done until you're done. You know what I mean? And it's on your terms.
Exactly.
And Tom Brady just got divorced, so I expect him back for one more year. No offense.
Yeah.
Hey, those are our picks. Let's go to the draft real quick, just to end it, before we get to the parlay build. Let's see. I'm just gonna share the screen real quick. Give me one moment. Let me know when you guys see it. Share screen. Tab.
Shane, I love doing these drafts because like they're little minis, like series, and we pick drafts, and then we do different ones based on just our love and what we would pick. So
Okay.
yeah.
So
and we don't do it normally. If you're cool with that, I like doing it 1, 2, 3.
Gotcha. So our drafts this week, our choices: NFL quarterbacks, NFL lineups, which means who can build the best NFL lineup consisting of a quarterback, running back, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. Sport franchises and college programs. So what we do is we spin the wheel 3 times, and whoever the third one lands on, that's what we'll do. So let's spin the wheel because we have trouble picking drafts, so we just let the wheel decide.
3 spins, right?
Yep. The first one, NFL quarterbacks. So close that. The second one. Let's see what we got for this one. It might be a little delayed, the spinning, just a heads up. NFL lineups.
Okay.
And our draft officially will be. Let's see what we get. Oh, it might be college programs. Hey, college programs it is.
College programs, nice.
Okay. Well, I know which couple colleges are going to take it first. So our draft this week will be college programs. Basically, we're doing all sports, right? All combined sports.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so
you can do anything you want. Like it could be, you could draft Gallaudet University with the sign language. You know what I mean? Like it could literally be whoever you want to draft. So
right. Are we doing it based off like their sports successes or?
Somewhat sports successes, somewhat just places you would take or history around the place. Could be anything. So
okay. So Shane, you're a guest. We'll let you start off because we know what your first pick's going to be. So we might as well get it out the way now. Go ahead.
You're going to give Shane the first overall pick?
Yes, it's a guess.
First off, I just want to say shout out to Syracuse tomorrow. They got a tough game. They got a tough game against Virginia Tech. Shout out to Houston. Let's make the tournament this year and let's make a run. So let me get that out of the way. So we're talking college programs all together. Like,
Yep.
Anyone you want.
You want to start off here, Syracuse, off the bat?
Wait, hold on. Who's going second and who's going third? Because
you go second. I'll go third. I'll go last.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I just want to first start off by giving a shout out to Syracuse. But I'm gonna
Absolutely. You're not taking them number 1 overall?
No.
Oh,
who are you picking?
Really? Okay.
Oh, Bama.
Oh, Bama. Okay.
Bama. You know, respect to Georgia. Respect to Georgia for what they did last night. But Nick Saban's not done.
Okay.
So I expect that program to be back up to par next year and doing what Nick Saban does best. And
They can't let Georgia three-peat.
Did you see?
They're not going to.
Saban last night?
I don't know if you guys saw that clip of Nick Saban of that commentator talking about how Georgia took the college football, and he's Nick Saban's not done.
He was white as a ghost.
He just fueled the fire. That man's gonna come back. They'll be back in the national championship, competing. Hopefully, I hope with Georgia for a title.
That'd be awesome. He was white as a ghost. Didn't deserve it this year, but
you know what? They didn't. But they still
exceeded a better game, but they didn't deserve it. You know what I mean?
They exceeded expectation in their bowl game. I think they were in the Sugar Bowl this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it would have been a better matchup with Georgia against Bama. I still think TCU they earned the position to be in that championship 100%. Mm-hmm. But I do think it would have been a better matchup with Alabama. But TCU deserved to be there.
Well, Shane, in the next 3 to 4 years, they're going to be switching to more of a bracket of, I think, 12.
Yes.
So it's going to be from people all around the country. So Alabama can make that every year. They still got to go the distance. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it becomes more like the NFL. Like the playoffs are more like intensified. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's good for college sports, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, definitely.
That was a good first overall pick, Shane. I was going to go with Bama. I thought you were going with Cuse. All right.
I thought so too. I'm not gonna lie.
Bama.
What you got, John?
They're just. I mean, I always loved 3-1-5 Houston, my hometown. Obviously, grew up, born and raised. I just I respect Jim Boeheim, but I hope I hope this is his last season. It's nothing.
Really?
Yes.
You don't think?
And I don't mean that disrespectfully at all. I think what he's done for the organization's remarkable. 46 seasons, head coach. I still go to the games. I'll be watching them tomorrow night.
Okay.
But the 2-3 the 2-3 zone. I mean, a lot of Syracuse fans can speak for that. It's just not working anymore. Teams are shooting over it. It's not 90s basketball anymore. There's shooters that will just shoot over it.
Are you excited Are you excited for Gerard's last season?
I am very excited for him. I think he's been a positive leader for this team.
Would he come back next year?
No, he's not coming back next year.
I'm just saying. You know about the possibility of next year, right? As a Cuse basketball fan.
What's that?
You know what's whispering on the rise?
Oh yeah,
Carmelo Anthony's son coming to Cuse.
I wouldn't be surprised if he decides to go elsewhere, though. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's just I don't think it's just I mean I love my team.
Yeah,
but the recruiting it's just not there like it used to be. It's got work to do. And I think that does have to involve the 2-3 zone because that's not the style of play the NBA does.
Yeah,
that's not utilizing yourself as a defensive player.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's smart if you're utilized as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
But let's be honest, people are trying to make the NBA.
I get that. Yeah, and it's almost sad that we've watched Hughes for years, and I mean they definitely have NBA like talent. Through young, unproven prospects. Hughes has really put it together with people throughout the years. But I mean, I'm excited because the way he said Syracuse University, Shane, I'm telling you, it's like the kid wanted a wing for himself. It's like the kid was like, I'm gonna go to Syracuse University, I'm gonna bring people to Syracuse University, and we're gonna do what my pops did, and we're gonna run it back. And it's just could you imagine if Carmelo Anthony was low key nudging his son towards it because he's a 4-star and he knows he's better than a 4-star? You know what I mean?
I would like to see his tape though. I would like to see. I haven't seen enough.
Like Melo, but I mean, he also might grow up.
And I know he's Melo's son.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of does he have that talent though?
Yeah. I'm not saying he does. So
John, you want to take Cuse off the board?
No, I'm not taking Cuse off the board, unfortunately. I'm gonna go with Tom Brady's alma mater of Michigan.
Okay. I like it.
It's an okay start. I think they're the winningest football team in college football. So Shane, we do 3 picks and then we do 2 honorable mentions. So just keep that in mind. Okay. Okay. Phil, your pick.
You know what? I'm gonna go with college I've enjoyed watching over the years, especially during the Tim Tebow era, who is going to be a college inductee. I'm gonna go Florida. I'm a Gators fan. So
you're a Gator.
Yeah. So congratulations to Tim Tebow on his induction. I'm gonna go Florida. That team was amazing to watch.
Okay.
Plus Cam Newton and others were on there. So shout out to a decent basketball team. Al Horford actually played for Florida as well. So
and Emmitt Smith.
Yep, Joakim Noah as well. A lot of players. And Bradley Beal. So shout out to Florida.
Percy Harvin.
Yep. A lot of talent.
Yep. Hernandez too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks. So Shane, you're up next again.
For another college program.
Yep.
Oh.
Won SEC the first time, so.
Are we referring to just overall up
anybody? Yeah.
Anybody that we personally just
I mean, Shane Q's not a bad pick. You got a lot to be proud of.
You might as well get him off the board.
I think they're a 3rd round pick personally, but
I'm gonna save that.
Okay.
I think I'd like Michigan too, but John, I took that.
I know. Thank you.
You know what? I'm gonna go with the Ohio State University.
I knew it. Someone was taking the Ohio State after I took Michigan. I knew it. That's
what.
Good pick.
And what's funny is in that matchup, I like Michigan. I've always grown up liking Michigan in that matchup, that rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's an amazing rivalry, by the way. I mean, what Michigan's done the last 2 seasons is, it's remarkable. I mean, Ohio State's usually had their number. But I want to know the main reason. I guess is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay, I mean he's an amazing dude.
He's an amazing player. Yeah,
he should be a first-round pick.
There's nothing. It's nice to see someone that you grew up watching their father, and then see them exceed on such a high level, and it's just crazy to how it's just full circle. So that's really cool. So. I hope I wish the best for him and hope he ends up where he wants to be.
Maybe a Colt.
I would be ecstatic.
But all right. Second pick. I'm gonna go a competitor of Michigan. All right. I'm gonna go with Notre Dame. Almost an Ivy, but not an
Fighting Irish.
All right. Notre Dame, independent. All right. Who a lot of players have gone there. One of the most famous college movies of all time, Rudy. So I mean, I'm gonna go with the Gold Helmets and
their basketball team won in overtime, by the way, tonight.
Did I?
Yeah.
Who's the girl that Kobe talked to? She also played for Notre Dame.
Sabrina?
No, Oniqua. I can't. I'm. Yeah. She had 2 game winners for Notre Dame. She's in the game.
Yep. I remember that.
Yeah.
Speaking of women hoops, I'm gonna talk to a little Coach Gino over there and draft UConn.
Took UConn second round.
Yep, UConn, one of the greatest women's basketball colleges out there, and plus not so bad on the men's side as well. Shabazz Napier, Kemba Walker, one of Akeem's favorite colleges of all time.
Yep.
Andre Drummond, etc. So
would have been a first round pick if Akeem was here.
It would have been for sure. Let me go with the Huskies. So I got UConn.
Nice. Who you got in the third round? That's where we go first.
Well, I'm gonna say it. Syracuse Orange. How about that soccer national championship, though? I got that natty. I was actually at the game where they faced Cornell, and it was the same week that they beat the soccer team, won the national championship. So being able to see their coach, on the court, being honored was remarkable, and I think that's a step in the right direction for the program. And I look forward to. I just look forward to seeing their future. I am hoping for an NCAA tournament appearance. Do I see farther than a round of 32? Probably not. But you know what? I think there's a bright future ahead.
And I think you're right about Bayham.
Yep.
And I think you're right about the 2-3. And as much as it worked, it does not work now.
Right.
I'm just saying.
It's a different style of playing now.
And it's almost, no offense, you're taking Gerard's years away from him. You know what I mean? Like, it's like he was Mr. New York. You know what I mean? So I think he's a great player. I think he's going to have a moment in the tournament. But that's a great pick, Shane. And talk about the football. Talk about running. I mean, you got 3 of the best running backs ever play college football ever.
Tucker entering the draft this year. It'll be interesting to see when he gets drafted.
Yeah. You got McNabb. I mean,
yeah,
a lot of people.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison, Dwight Freeney.
Oh my God.
I don't know if you know those are the players that really influenced me to be a Colts fan when I was growing up. So
nice. All right, for my third round pick, I'm gonna go West Virginia University, the Mountaineers.
Yep.
I'm a huge Mountaineers fan. I love their basketball to their football. Pat White growing up, Steve Slayton, Geno Smith. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like I used to go to Rutgers, West Virginia games with my uncle who were from Plainfield. So they're the college right on top of us, where Rutgers like started college football. So I mean, maybe it'll be an honorable mention. But I would love, like, we'd have block parties and like everyone would be wearing red for Rutgers, and I'd be showing up with my West Virginia stuff on. And like they had a 22-year streak of beating them. And I was at the last West Virginia Rutgers game, and Rutgers was up at halftime, and it was snowing and it was freezing, and Geno Smith led them back to the win. So, I mean, I went to the College Football Hall of Fame, and that's why I looked under. I was thinking Syracuse, Shane, but I searched them later. But but Phil, who you got for your third round pick?
Well, as you may or may not know, I'm a Celtics fan, And Jason Tatum goes to one of the very well-known colleges in basketball history. I'm gonna go Duke University.
Okay.
One of the best basketball. Also one of the best colleges, well-known to basketball in the whole history of college basketball. Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum. The list goes on and on and on. So I mean, also, is it? No, sorry, Daniel Jones from North Carolina.
Jones went to Duke University. Yes,
Duke University. So hey, it all connects.
Michael Carter Jr. went to Duke University.
Hey, perfect. So I'm gonna go Duke. Blue Devils. Even though they may choke here and there in the March Madness tournament, but it is what it is.
I mean, they always make a run though.
Yeah.
And the North Carolina was playing at such a high level last year in the Final Four. That was a remarkable game. I don't care who you're a fan of. That Final Four game was amazing.
Yeah. And I think college basketball is good, but I think Phil's second round pick with UConn with the women's team. Women's college basketball this year is insane. South Carolina is doing things, and so is UConn. So it's going to be
Syracuse too. The women's team.
Syracuse too. The women.
Yeah, right. They got their new coach.
Yeah. And they went to the finals against Breanna Stewart one year.
Yeah. And
Breanna Stewart's from Syracuse, so it's like if she would have just stayed home, she would have brought home a national championship. She would have been
She graduated from CNS.
I know.
Yeah. Cicero, North Syracuse.
Yeah. Shout out to Chris Taddeo because all the stories.
Yeah. But Taddeo graduated from Liverpool, but we're all very close together.
Yeah.
They're all very intertwined.
Word. So Shane, you got any honorable mentions? You had two. We can do both now.
Right. I'm gonna go with the Texas Longhorns.
Okay.
I think going back all the way to Vince Young, that was really when I started watching college football at a young age. The Rose Bowl against USC, amazing game. I'll never forget. Peyton and Eli's nephew just committed there, so that's gonna be excited to see him in action next year. And
No Manning has won a national championship, by the way. So
what's that?
I said no Manning has won a national championship.
That's true. He could be the first. We'll see what happens, but UT.
UT, okay, I like it. Do you have another one? Do you want to go two in a row or?
No, I'm all set.
Okay, all right. Okay. I'm gonna go with you said Texas. I'll go USC. Hollywood. Moving into going to play Michigan and Ohio State. I like it. Everyone I picked so far plays each other. So yeah. I'm excited with it. And USC, yeah. Southern California.
To wrap it up, I'm gonna go. You know what? They deserve to be on the list because they've been balling recently. I'm gonna go Georgia. Just of the 2 years they've been having. They always have good players coming to the NFL in basketball. Sony Mitchell, former Patriot. The players are coming in now. It's just a lot. Herschel Walker as well.
They've done it for years.
A lot of good. AJ Green, Georgia, I believe.
Yep.
A lot of good talent. So,
definitely.
Georgia. So hey, so that's the last round, right? One honorable mention.
Yeah. Hey, what do you think happens to Stetson Bennett? Walk on, won 2 national championships. Do you think he's a top 3 quarterback?
No.
No, really? I think he is.
Well, there's Stroud, there's Bryce.
I don't like Stroud as much as other people do. I like Bennett ahead of him.
I'm just not educated. I'm not educated enough to make that.
Okay, gotcha. I'm just and we're
he's remarkable.
Later, but I think you should give the kid a chance. I don't know. I think it depends on the program, but
it all depends who gets him. To be honest,
facts.
Was he 25 right now?
Yeah. So he's mature. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I mean, he can run. So maybe he's I don't know some.
Why was he Why was he still? Why did he play college football? Why did he get redshirted?
For 2 years.
He redshirted for 2 years.
He went to JUCO for 2 years and then he walked on at 20.
Oh yeah.
So then he was a redshirt 2 years and then I think he sat and then he played 2 more years starting.
Oh, okay.
But he went to JUCO and no one took him. And then he won 2 national championships back to back. Holy crap. First time in the college football era that's happened. So
yeah.
Congrats to him. Georgia. Is that in our draft, Bill?
Yeah, so that's our draft. Make sure you check the rest of our drafts on our YouTube channel. We have a lot of them. We also have other segments, yada yada. Hey, so we're on the last segment of the show. Let's build a parlay for this weekend.
Okay.
How do you guys want to build this? Like, we each get one leg, we each get two legs. How do you guys want to do this?
I'm down with doing a leg.
So one leg each?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it can either be a player prop, a game pick, whatever you guys want to do. So we'll each get one pick.
All right. Let me take a look.
Yep. Also put it on the screen so you guys can see it as well.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Because we had it all set up and ready to go.
I'm nervous. It's gonna be a big week.
Hey, I mean, it's only one pick, and I don't think it will win too much money because it's one pick each. So, also, we're not sponsored by FanDuel. Just a heads up. So, anything that goes that pops in your head immediately.
San Francisco money line. That's a guarantee. I don't mean I love
John wants to put in $10 and win $1 back.
I mean, bro, I'm okay. It sucks when your bet doesn't hit. And Derrick Henry needed one more touchdown, had 100 yards in the game and couldn't score. So it's just like, I don't know.
Right.
I'm nervous about it. I don't want to let anyone down, but here's where it gets reckless.
I'm looking at the things right now.
So if you did money lines for Niners, Chargers, Bills, Giants, and Bengals, $10 is $71.
Oh shit. Okay.
Bills, Giants, you said?
Yeah, if you took the Giants over Vikings,
They're underdogs. So they're the underdogs.
if you take that one underdog, $10 would win you $71.
71. Oh, I find it handsome one.
How much would it be? So $30. How much would it be?
Yeah, add the Bengals. Yeah, that would be $71.
No, but
That's just an idea with money lines.
Add 30 instead of 10.
At what?
30.
At 30?
So $10 each.
Okay.
How much is it?
212.
212 divided by 3.
Here's the thing, though. I mean, do we want to take the Giants underdog though?
Hell no.
I don't want to lose the.
Hell no.
That's the reason why it's like it's.
I'm just saying. Do you guys like doing spreads? Like, what do you like?
I like doing spreads personally.
Yeah, because you have that cushion.
Yeah, because just in case the money line is minus 550, I like to do a spread just because.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So let me erase everything real quick.
I can't vouch for a spread if we're being 100% honest with you. To our listeners out there, know what you can and you cannot do, and I know I don't know.
Or instead of doing one leg per person, do you guys all just want to agree on a parlay?
Okay, that works.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
That's because I'm not going to get blamed for my parlay. So I'm not. If my leg doesn't hit, I don't want to get blamed.
Well, that's all too.
If we're putting money in, some of you all could agree on.
Yeah,
idea.
Honestly, I want to do Bucks like plus. Hold on, let me see. What's the?
You want to do an alternate spread?
Yes, I do. With the Bucks. Let me check. Alternate spread. Because I think the Bucks either win or it's a very close game.
What's it? What about
plus 7.5?
Plus 7.5.
What
about plus 6.5?
That's possible too. I'll just add that in there just because.
To a plus 6.5.
Guys, I don't mean to.
Yeah, what
Dallas can win, or yeah.
Yeah, what are you saying, John?
I don't mean to alarm you guys, but you should definitely check out. Go do your pick'ems. Like whoever you pick for your draft, because I just put in my pick'ems, and Jacksonville and the Giants are underdogs, and I think so are the Ravens. So I put in $10, $423.
For all underdogs?
No, not all underdogs. I have Dallas winning. I have Buffalo winning. I have the San Francisco winning.
So
3 underdogs, 3 non-underdogs. Right now it's $423, so I'm thinking about that. Because, like, why not waste a $10 bet? You know what I mean? Like, I went 4-0 a couple times this year. You know what I mean? In pick'ems.
Should we just get the 49ers money line out of the way, though?
Yeah. Or do you want to do a spread?
If you want, you can do a spread for that
Wait,
game.
I just want to see this. I just want to see the spread numbers before we choose that. Because I think we all agree that the 49ers do win, but it all depends on how much.
Well, yeah, yeah. I don't want to make it like so much that they have to score that much. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I also know that it's going to be more money than if we did money line.
I mean, are you guys opposed to doing 49ers money line with Seahawks plus 9.5? I mean, that's a pretty large spread.
Or how about maybe we could do San Fran to win by 5 or more?
Okay. I do think they won by. I think they won by a touchdown, if not anything else.
Yeah, because I think that way, just in case they win by 6, I think -4.5 is a nice safety blanket.
-4, okay.
Sure.
So they still win by 5 points or more. So I like that personally. Okay, let's see.
I think we're all agreeing that San Francisco is going to win this game. It's just
right. Yeah.
But I mean, as long as we're doing picks like that, where it's like we're all like, okay, you know what I mean?
Right. Is there any player props that you guys can think of? Maybe Diggs like 60 yards plus, because he's always hit like.
There's a plus. It's gonna be a hit on him.
Right.
He's definitely gonna score a touchdown too, maybe. But
I say we do Justin Jefferson.
John, how do you feel about Justin Jefferson?
That's another possibility.
I think that's a good possibility because the Giants have a bad secondary. So
what's his receiving yard set? Let's see.
What's it? Yeah, what's it at? No. I'm looking for Tony Pollard's rushing yards because he did horrible last game. So.
Oh yeah, Tony Pollard maybe receiving yards as well.
Really?
Do they have the props up already or no? Let's see.
No, not yet.
Damn, they don't have the props up.
I'm thinking Tony Pollard though. Realistically, you thinking that too?
Well, let me see.
Something on him.
Let me see it on the phone because I don't see the player props on the website.
It's not on the phone either, personally. But
they're not up yet. Oh.
Same parlays. They have total points. They have all team stuff up. They don't have individual.
So let's just do all games then.
Okay.
Oh, that's painful.
That is painful, right?
Oh wait, no, they do have them on the phone.
What about this Chargers and Jacksonville game?
What the heck?
What do we want to do with this Chargers and Jacksonville game? Like, what do we want to make of that?
I don't know.
Maybe Chargers.
I'm gonna let y'all call that because I don't care enough. I think Jacksonville's gonna win, but if you want to pick the Chargers, hold
on.
What about over and under on that one?
I don't know.
Oh,
on fire.
Under 47.5 is what the over is 47.5 is the over and under.
We could always choose an alternate for that too if we don't like
right.
that.
Oh yeah, I know.
So the Bills game does not have the player props, but every other game does apparently.
Oh, okay. I think that's the one I was looking at.
Because San Fran does, the Jaguars do.
Do they?
Huh?
I don't see Dallas's.
Maybe that either. Hold on, let me see. Oh yeah, I don't see Dallas's. But okay. I see everyone else.
As long as I'm not crazy, that's all I want to.
Okay, the Ravens don't have it either. Do the Bengals? The Giants? Nope. So only the first 3 games have them. The first 2 games.
Okay.
So Jaguars and Chargers, and then 49ers and Seahawks. Let's see. Let me see the passing yards. Brock Purdy.
I don't want to touch any of
Do we think Brock Purdy throws 200 yards?
Yeah, if Debo's back.
Or it might be a lot of running with him.
I mean, they got McCaffrey though, so I mean, they might not want to put too much on Debo. I would stay away from Brock Purdy's passing.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not saying he's doing a great job, but
Kittle receiving yards.
I want Kittle.
Kittle 40 yards.
Yes.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You've been here lately.
It's at -122, so that's a good pick.
Yeah, that's a good.
Okay, and if he doesn't hit it, we're not going to be sad, okay? Because it's going to be sad.
I think he's going to hit that.
Yeah, I think so too.
Okay, so there's that. There we go. Log in.
So what do we got overall right now, Phil?
So far, we got Buccaneers plus 6.5. And we got 49ers minus 4.5. And then we have Kittle plus 40 receiving yards.
Okay.
Well, I'm adding it to my phone just in case.
Do you remember on Christmas when he stole that pass, that touchdown?
Yep.
That was crazy. Welcome back, Kittle. That's what I want to see.
Case cannot be verified. That's fine. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, so far, Kittle 40, San Fran to win by 5 or more. I moved it from Buccaneers plus 6.5 to plus 7.5 just in case they win by touchdown. So, is there any props in the Chargers and Jacksonville Jaguars you guys like?
No.
I think that's the toughest.
What's everything or Matt?
Imagine. Let's see.
Under 30 yards?
Evan Ingram. We could do Evan Ingram 25 plus yards receiving.
I think he hits that.
Because his line's at 37.5.
I mean, 25 plus yards, I think he hits that, but I don't know.
Yeah, because right here, player receiving yards is right here.
He's Evan Ingram.
Yeah, Kirk 55, Ingram 37, Zay Jones 48. And then Evan Ingram, 25 yards is minus 270. Everything else is plus money.
Okay.
What about Herbert's passing? What's Herbert's passing at?
I don't want to.
Oh, they don't have Trevor Lawrence. Damn.
I don't want to do that.
Okay.
As much as I like the kid, I don't know what to think in this game.
True. Okay. Do we have? Actually, we can't decide a winner on that one. So.
Which one?
Jacksonville Chargers. So 49ers and Kittle. Do we want to bet Bills? Bills a spread, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, spread on the Bills.
Yeah, because we all think the Bills are going to win.
How much by 10 points or more?
10 points or more? Ooh. Yeah, this should be a blowout.
Yeah, so what's the record on it?
Let's see. Hold on.
Well, what's the actual spread on it though?
I think it's at 9, maybe. Minus 9. Minus 9.
It's at 9. Okay. I mean,
you take 9.
I think we could take 9. Negative 9.
Yes. Do you want to? Okay, we can do that. Okay.
I mean, I don't mind doing an alternate. I'm just saying it's not. I mean, I'm confident.
We can make it 6.5 if you want to really.
Yeah, let's go. I'm comfortable with 6.5.
I mean, how much is that at?
Okay. I like that.
Or is it a plus?
Minus 6.5. I like. What the hell?
Yeah, I know, but like, what's the bet at?
Like the total?
Yeah. No, not the total. Just of that game of that 6.5.
It's minus 166, I believe.
Oh, okay, that's good. That's good money. I thought it was gonna be higher than that. So
I thought it'd be higher than that too, to be honest.
Yeah, let's take that one. It's there.
Okay, so far we're at plus 456. So we'll see what else. Because I'm putting it on my phone because this is glitching a little bit.
Okay.
So far we have the 49ers winning by 5 or more, the Buccaneers to at least lose by 7, and the Bills minus 6.5.
7?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't mean to walk that back. I do.
Good. I see you.
I like the Cowboys. I'm nervous that like Tom Brady's gonna win on a last second field goal.
Oh, because that's good for us.
Yeah, no, they could win. We'd still.
Okay.
So they can either lose by 6.
Okay. Or they can win
Or they can win.
Okay, cool. That's
best case scenario, they lose by 7 at least. Because if they lose by 8, it's over. All they have to do is lose by 7 or win.
Wait. But what if they lose? What if they win by like over 15, 20 points?
The Buccaneers?
Yeah.
No,
the Cowboys.
Yeah, then if the Cowboys win by 8 or more, that means we lose.
We lose?
Yeah, that means the bet's over. Yeah.
Oh, I don't. That's a risky bet.
Do you think the Cowboys will win by that much?
I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't trust the game. I don't trust the game. I don't mean to be like. I just like.
We can take it out if you want. Yeah.
it's a game that's like, you know what I mean? Like, it could go either way. You know what I mean? Like,
So the only games we agree on is the 49ers and Bills, right?
yeah, those are the only definite. But like, I mean, yeah.
Hold on, I can take that out real quick. Okay, so if we do the Kittle yards, the 49ers, and the Bills, if you put $30 into that, we win 90.
We gotta add a fourth one.
Yeah, let's add a fourth one from the Bills. Can we add the Bills game? Actually, hold on.
You might have to pick only between those two. You know what we should do? NBA. Throw some NBA on that. I'm just saying. Like a couple obvious games.
Yeah, but we'd have to wait till that Saturday then, or the weekend.
Oh, okay, damn it.
How about? Do we see McCaffrey TD maybe? Do we see a TD? Do we see a TD we like any of these games? Honestly, Kittle or McCaffrey, one of them's got to score.
Well, doesn't Trevor Lawrence get a TD if he throws a touchdown?
No, they have to cross the ball.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So rushing or Trevor Lawrence catches a pass.
I'm gonna go. Did we already use Kittle though for the 40 yards?
Yeah, we can add him we can use him as a touchdown as well.
Yeah.
I'm
Don't you like Robinson for a touchdown?
Who?
Kittle for 40 yards and a touchdown.
I can see
I like it.
He's been on fire with touchdowns too.
Yeah.
And he's plus 145.
Okay.
So our options here: McCaffrey's at minus 145. Debo Samuel 135, Kittle 145, and then Kenneth Walker, Ayuk, and Elijah Mitchell. Honestly, yeah, I think our options are McCaffrey, Debo, or Kittle. Maybe Walker, but
I like Kittle.
Kittle?
I mean, if that's okay with you guys.
I like Kittle as well.
I'm okay with it. Yeah. If we're all agreeing, yeah.
Yeah.
Bill, do you really think the Buccaneers are going to beat the Cowboys?
Hey, honestly, I do, but I'm going with what we all agree on.
I'm willing to go Joe Burrow, or I'm willing to change a pick, really, if you know what I mean.
So if I add Kittle, so it's 40 yards, touchdown, and 49ers win by 5, and the Bills to win by 7 or more. If I put $30, we win 192.
That's perfect. Yeah.
That's perfect, but I want one more. I don't know why.
John's getting greedy.
I am getting greedy. One more we can all agree on.
John, that's gonna be if we add another one, I feel like that's gonna be the one leg that she's not gonna hit. And I was like, John, if you just took the 192.
Could be the one.
Shane's gonna come on next week. He's like, what did I tell you?
We only get $66.
It's always one leg.
It is only one leg. We only get
It's always that one.
Honestly, I have an idea, but I don't know if you guys would be down for it.
Okay.
What is it?
Buccaneers plus 14.5. There's no way to lose by 2 touchdowns, right? If they do lose.
Oh, you want to change that spread?
Yeah. Because
2 touchdowns.
It's a minus 620, so it's probably one of the safest spreads. There's no way the Cowboys lose. There's no way the Buccaneers lose by 2 touchdowns, right?
They could. They really could.
I have to bring the odds down.
Yeah. But if you put $30 on that, it's 228. So from 192 to 228.
I can't do that.
How?
I can't.
It went up. Okay. So you're saying that the Buccaneers can either win or not lose by more than 2 touchdowns.
So yeah, basically, if they have to lose by 14 or less, or win. If they lose by 15 or more, it busts.
But they could lose by 15 or more. They don't have a run game.
I'm good with that.
Tom Brady was blown out in his last game. That happened to Dan Marino.
I like that.
I'm just saying. I don't know. That could be the one that busts.
You said you want another leg, John.
I know, but
do you have an idea as another leg?
Dak Prescott is just in his room. Like, no offense, like just coming from a Giants fan, like media capital of the world. So like when I tell you Zach Wilson got hit by a truck this year, it hurt. You know what I mean? It hurt so badly that I just wanted the Jets to win. So like Dak Prescott right now, everyone's talking smack about him. All right. He could stomp on Tom Brady and really roll it in. And Cowboys fans would love that, and Cowboys would continue to think they're going to the Super Bowl. So I mean, like, I wouldn't do that bet. I don't know why, but I'm willing to just take 192 if Euro guys are okay with that. Or I mean, we can roll with this, but like if this doesn't hit, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna hold it against anybody if we want to go with this, but like I don't know. I don't want to. Now,
what fifth leg do you want?
I don't want to do a fifth leg at this point. Like I just because like we can't have parlays on like 4 other games. Like we would have all took players. Like Justin Jefferson would have been an easy touchdown. You know what I mean?
Dude, I mean, if you want to throw in Justin Jefferson for a touchdown,
can we do that? Is like,
yeah.
Do you think he's going to score a touchdown?
I believe so.
I think so.
I mean, if you guys think that, I think that. So
okay, but
I just don't want to be the guy that brings it up and then he doesn't score a touchdown, and then we're all like, John.
No, we're all agreeing with you.
Okay.
All we're gonna do is we're gonna record this clip, play it on next week's show if it doesn't hit.
Okay, gotcha. It's so nice when it doesn't.
Yeah. Hey, it's something we all. He's at plus 110.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with
that would bring it up.
That sounds so much better than the Cowboys game because
last
time I played with the Cowboys.
This is what the parlay looks like. For Kittle 40 yards, 40 or more.
Yeah.
San Fran to win by 5 or more, and a George Kittle touchdown. And then Bills to win by 7 or more, and then Justin Jefferson anytime touchdown. So 5 legs. $30 would be $438.
I'm with that. Oh my god.
You running it? We running it? Any last second changes? We all good with it?
I'm good with it. That's almost $150.
We need Kittle and Jay Jettis to score. The Bills to win by 7, 49ers to win by 5, and Kittle to get 40 yards.
And every Giants fan watching this or listening to this, I did not pick against the Giants. I just think Justin Jefferson is a world talent. Okay. I just want to be here just in case someone says I'm a homie hopper or a flipper or something. I don't flip. I'm just like he's a great player. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, yeah, just send me 10 each on Cash App or whatever you guys want, and I'm gonna put this in right now.
Right now, you're good.
So, fourth, hold on, let me deposit this. Hey, let's hope we get this. Also, any other bets I make over the NFL weekend, I'll put it in the fantasy football chat so you can see them sharing.
Okay, sounds good.
Because
I'll share mine as well.
Yeah, we have a betting chat. Yeah, because I don't know how often you bet, so I don't know if I want to put you in it.
You can put me in it. I mean, I don't say the season, but I mean,
no, but we're gonna do.
I have a gambling problem, but I do bet almost every week.
Oh, we're okay, cool.
Only like $10, but you know, I don't go anything crazy. But
yeah, I do minor bets. You know what I mean?
Because I bet every day, so
I'm okay with losing. You know
what I mean? Every day, Phil.
Absolutely. Oh yeah. No, ask John. There was this one stretch. It was 3 days. I won $5,000.
That he won $1,000.
You won how much?
$5,000 in 3 days.
Yeah, you have Phil. You're gonna have to report that. There's no doubt. You're gonna have to report.
Not if you said a lot on the damn podcast. John.
You sit on the podcast.
I didn't say. I'm no. Yeah, but I think my wins and losses balanced it out. So yeah, it was on NBA, by the way.
Yeah, nice.
And by the way,
John, you sent me 100.
No, I didn't.
No, you sent me 10.
Yeah, I'm about to say, don't be doing that to me. Yeah, you know what, Phil? You keep the 100, and you bet on that game. All right.
Phil, you want it right now?
Yeah, go ahead. Whatever works for you.
Hey guys, how badly do you want this to hit? Are we gonna send $5 more each?
John, I already placed the bet.
15 onto it. I'm just saying
it's already placed for 30.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you placed it.
It's already placed.
I mean, hey, still $400. That's a great thing to want to win.
So far the potential payout is 468.10. Divide that by 3. 468.10 divided by 3. So we usually get 156.
Yeah,
that'd be so nice.
Shane, that works.
Okay.
Okay, let me send a screenshot of that so you guys can have it as well.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
It's like fuck the playoffs. We're trying to win this bet.
Yo, if we win this bet, could you imagine if we do this throughout the playoffs and we kind of keep
I'm placing one myself as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna put it in the chat and I'm gonna send it to you privately.
And then whenever other parlay you come up with, Phil, just put it in the chat.
But hold on.
Sounds good. Sounds very good.
All right.
Okay, so let me wrap this up and we'll head out. Okay, so let me end that right there.
Okay. 40 plus yards. San Francisco negative. Okay. So we're saying San Fran's gonna win by at least 5, correct?
Yep.
And go Kittle. Got it.
Go Kittle.
Go Kittle. Buffalo's gonna win by at least 7.
40 yards and a touchdown. You're kidding me if you
And
can't.
Justin Jefferson touchdown. Run that.
We need Justin Jefferson to gritty all over the Giants. No offense, John.
It's okay. If it was the high scoring, if it was what it last time, they had to play into. You know what I mean? Like
John, how upset would you be if that was the game-winning touchdown?
if I won $150, I mean,
Imagine, Shane. The one leg we need is it relies on him winning a game-winning touchdown.
you're shutting them down. No, I'm joking. I don't care.
If Justin Jefferson doesn't hit.
I'm a Giants fan through and through. So Eli Manning, whoever is watching this, is a Giants fan. Maybe even some relatives who are not Giants fans who are watching this. I'm a Giants fan through and through. So if they can win this week, that'd be such a plus, and just it'd be icing on the cake. You know what I mean? The fact that we made the playoffs was where it was at. You know what I mean? Like people counted us out since day one. So
Yeah.
Honestly, Kittle's last game against San Fran, 93 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Phil, how many legs was that parlay that you won for $5,000? 5?
no, he didn't win $5,000 at once. He won $5,000 one day.
Oh, gotcha. It was multiple days.
It was I think it was like 8-leg parlays each day.
Sick.
I was betting the outcome of NBA games. I think one was a 5-leg player performance double, and then one was NBA teams winning by a certain amount, like plus 11, minus 11.
Yeah. I was looking at his bet chain, and I was like, this shit ain't gonna hit. And then it hit, and I was just like, wow, okay, congratulations, Phil.
Congrats.
And then he sent it to me. I don't know if he sent it to me the next day. I think he just put it in the chat or whatever. And I don't even think I was paying attention. And then he hit me, and I was like, oh, okay, congrats, Phil. And then I think I tried the 4th day and he missed or something. I don't know. He had an off day, and I missed that off day, but
Right. Okay.
for that week.
So, with that being said, we're going to wrap up the podcast. Myself, John, our special guest, Shane. Shane, you're welcome anytime you want to. Just hit me up.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, like I said, you're welcome anytime.
Let me know if you want me on next week.
Anytime.
If this parlay hits or it doesn't hit, you're welcome on.
Yeah.
so we know who to yell at.
Oh, no, you can just yell at me. It's okay. Don't worry.
But
I'm only going to yell at you, John, if it's the Justin Jefferson one, okay?
Imagine.
What am I supposed to say? I called Julian Love. I asked him to let him score.
I know you didn't call it, but you're the one. We were almost set with the 4-leg.
Oh,
you're one more in there, so let's throw in Justin Jefferson.
Hey, we'll see.
So we'll see.
So,
but I agree with it. So I'll also take responsibility.
Okay.
But we all agree technically, yeah. So we get yelled. All of us get yelled at. So Shane, before we head out, anything you want to shout out, promote, or anything you want to say? You want to talk about before we head out?
I just want to thank you guys for having me. Go Syracuse Orange, always repping 315. Wish them luck tomorrow against Virginia Tech. Thinking about buying a last-second ticket and going to the game. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let's I look forward to these playoffs this weekend. Let's I'm sure we're gonna see some. I think we're gonna see some surprise.
Absolutely. John, what you got for us?
Shout out to the Wild Card weekend.
I'm actually going skiing this weekend in Vermont, so I'm gonna have to monitor the playoffs.
You're fancy.
I mean, I'm not fancy. I'm on a budget.
He's been doing the whole pizza French fry technique as soon as he goes.
No, I'm more uphill, downhill kind of guy. You know what I mean? But I don't like going fast because I'm a big guy. You know what I mean? But I haven't gotten any big scrapes yet, so it's been okay.
Well, you jinxed yourself.
I'm probably gonna happen this week. I'm probably gonna break my leg, but we're not gonna break this parlay, boys. We about to come up with 150 bucks, boys. It's a good one. And on top of it, I'm excited for the playoffs, just like you guys are. And like Phil said, anytime you want to come on, more than welcome. I loved having you on, bro.
Good luck, guys.
Yeah, it was supposed to happen last week, but the whole DeMar Hamlin situation, we had to delay it a week. So
no problem. I understand.
For me, hey, the first podcast of the new year. We have a lot of goals towards this podcast and our individual stuff. So, hey, cheers to hoping everything happens. All our goals are reached, especially the podcast ones. I think we have a very talented group. Me, John, Akeem, Elijah, and then Waleed and George. So a very talented group. I think we are definitely more than capable of reaching our goals this year. We just got to be consistent with it. So hey, that's been the Ball Central podcast. On YouTube visually, right here, and Anchor. Also, if you want to listen to audio, if you don't want to see our beautiful faces, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Spotify, and Anchor. So a lot of different platforms we're on. We're trying to get our name out there. With that being said, thank you, Shane, for coming through. You're welcome anytime. And hey, we are out. We will see you guys next week.